GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
You are tuned into your favorite online radio station. You're welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. Good morning to you, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. This is the news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports, entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu. And as usual, joining me is my beautiful ladies who are going to dive into the issues, tell you what they think, suggest ways they can curb it, and tell you what actually is wrong with that. Good morning to you, my ladies in black.
Good morning.
What a coincidence. Was it planned?
Not at all.
But black is beautiful, you know. How are you, Miss Regina?
I'm good by grace, your side.
I'm fine. You're looking pretty this early morning. Did the mates take money from you?
Oh no.
Shit, you shouldn't.
Hey.
You shouldn't have.
Shouldn't have. How?
When you say fresh girl, so it's in the
Mind, no, today I didn't take church. Oh, what's a church for?
Say that again.
Church for.
So today you had a lift?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, today I got a lift.
Oh, nice. It's good you didn't sit in church. Because the way I look in Shepe, I'm not trying to say that
those are looking at my face like that.
Don't mind, he's wearing
this
black.
Is innocent and Christian love lift.
Please. Miss Debbie.
Hello.
How are you?
Mercy said no, so I'm alive.
Oh, we thank God. We bless God. Did you also pick church or you had a lift?
Oh no, I picked church.
Oh. So did you experience, is the church crisis still there? Was it difficult to get a vehicle today?
For my part, it wasn't difficult, but I think for Accra Circle, it was very difficult. People were still stranded looking for a vehicle.
So those that are going to
Accra Circle, those side are stranded.
But coming to Ablekuma side.
Coming to Ablekuma today, it wasn't hectic.
It wasn't but are there days that...
Yeah. There are days where you struggle to get even Ablekuma vehicle. Sometimes you get people telling that, oh, Ablekuma, they're saying, I won't carry them, but no.
I didn't know. Is it because there are no businesses or white collar?
I feel like we don't have a lot of people going to Ablekuma for work than people from Ablekuma moving to Accra.
Oh.
I think our white collar jobs are basically based in Accra, Circle, those areas. They call what's the name? 37 thereabout. So you get a lot of people from Kaswa, a lot of people from all this area moving to this direction. So I feel like that is the reason why can't hear there, especially Accra, Accra Circle, Kanishi. As at the time I woke up, vehicles were full. Those Tata buses that looks like metro buses, they were full when people were standing inside. But when I go to what's the name, School Junction, I saw a lot of people stranded looking for vehicles.
Even at dawn, people are still there.
And all those people are heading to Accra Circle, Kanishi.
And then they should. Oh, but Ablekuma too is a fine place, that they can establish businesses there.
Everything is based on one place.
Someone posted on her status yesterday that I'm going back to the house with the laptop I'm using in the office and then bring it back again. What happens to working remotely in your house?
Well, it should be established, but it will take time.
Yeah. I think our business setting, our working setting should change. We should work remotely from the house. I think that will help, but they say it decreases productivity. But anyway it goes, we are struggling. We're just hoping that in the coming days or in the coming months and years, it's going to get better. Right. On the issue of transportation, for our first topic is on that. Light rail key to ending transport crisis. Ibrahim Ej. Ibrahim Ej, a former assistant secretary at the office of former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, says Ghana needs to invest in a light rail system if it wants to permanently fix the worsening transport problems in Accra. Ej said traffic congestion is costing the country valuable productive hours as workers spend long periods stuck in the roads every day. According to him, poor transportation is not just an inconvenience but a serious economic problem. He argued that short-term solutions such as adding more buses will not solve the problem if road congestion remains the same. He warned that without alternative transport pathways, the country will continue to face the same challenges year after year. Ej said the government must take a deliberate and long-term decision to invest in light rail systems, especially in highly congested cities like Accra. He explained that a rail-based transport system would reduce pressure on roads and improve the movement of people and goods across the capital. His comments come at a time when many commuters in Accra are complaining about long queues and delays in getting commercial vehicles, particularly during peak hours. In response to these challenges, Metro Mass Transit Limited has announced plans to expand its fleet by procuring about 300 Isuzu buses by February 2026 as part of efforts to ease the transport shortages in the capital. So this is what Mr. Ibrahim Ej suggested. Do you think that introducing light rail is the best solution to Accra's transport problem? Let me hear from you, Miss Regina.
Yeah. So the light rail is a public transport system that uses electric powered trains running on tracks mainly within the cities.
That uses what? Electric
Powered trains.
So it uses electricity.
When it comes to crisis arising in our country, most people always have something to say. Everyone has a contribution to make. But I feel like sometimes when these people make contributions, they just make contributions looking or focusing on the advantages while not focusing on the disadvantages. And also looking at how effective it can be implemented. And not just for a short term, but for a long term. Because I've seen your friend is saying train rails on the floor, on the ground. They said seen it. Yeah. I think Pokwasi ebi wo ho, Accra ebi wo ho. Even when you go to Circle ebi wo, even when you go to Accra, you can see some of the trains. Some part of you see trains is in sections very long. Yeah. One section of the train in Accra, and the homeless people have used it as their shelter. The entrance to Kantamanto. The trains are there. Some of the trains are there. These people have used it as their shelter. And now, trains now, your friend is a rails now from Hono. The knobs in them, the scraps Salome condemn are just picking it and selling it to make their own money. I don't have a problem with this. This is a very good initiative if it's supposed to come on board. I think during the past administration, Omudibi by I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think they brought some. What? The trains.
Yeah, they did.
They brought trains.
They did. And I learned even the
it
day
got
was
spoiled. The day they were testing it.
The day they were testing it.
Was that not the Sky Train issue?
No. They were actually trains.
Yeah. They brought some. Yeah. I think I've forgotten the.
Is that around 10 miles? Or
yes. They brought it.
They testing essay.
Yes, it will be a packet BP.
Exactly. And you know that trains Ansana a best stop on a destination. Now we tree break, we trade it out. And see all but no the speed nearby into a journey destination. Now we tree break. And yes, I feel now when who be have no tree break. The trains doesn't work like that. You get me? So I feel like this is a great initiative if our government is supposed to take it on. But how well are we going to sustain it as a country? Because we've seen some, we've experienced some. How did it end? How did it go? So with this initiative, it's a great one, it's a commendable one. But we are looking at the sustainability of it. We need to, before something big can be given to you or can be bestowed upon you, you need to make sure that the little you have, you know how to take care of the little before that big thing is brought. Our Metro Mass buses, just this morning I saw on the news that they sell it for sample 2,500 Ghana cedis and they share it among dog eaters. Let me look for that news. They said they share it among dog, and I was like, what are you telling me?
But do you believe that is factual? Do you believe that is true?
So far it's in the news there.
That the whole Metro Mass bus will be sold
they
for
said 313 Metro Mass buses sold for 2,500 Ghana cedis each. Profit shared among cronies like dog meat and chichinga. Our buses, they are being sold 2,000. Metro Mass so koton back 2,500. Eh, listen, I can't na ye. I can koton 5. 2,500 Ghana Metro Mass. This long convenient buses.
He might be right, because you go to a town, we don't even see Metro Mass on the street. Get to see Metro Mass once in a while. Unlike those days where it was common.
Government program be, and I say you want to go for an excursion or a program where it involves a lot of people, then you go out and go and rent it. Sisi tata bus nkwa dia chia dia nchia ye dia ne sie bie ni na mkwanso elko. So I feel like for this, if they want to really implement it, they need to make sure that they solve the root issues. You don't just wake up and bring an initiative just like that. But aside that, it's a very good thing. But Ghanaians, are we ready to support this? Are we ready to make sure that we take care of the buses? The buses are not being taken care of. How much more electric train fiber?
Scrap the list.
But even that, it's even swept, and it's even going to reduce the congestion and the traffic on our
because
roads.
When it comes to these trains or these long buses, it takes a lot of people. A lot of people. Nti ebia school junction konko fo mu gina ho bebe obefo mama space in Boaka. But Ghana yampa de pa.
Miss Debbie.
Yes, so I like the fact that he states that short-term fixes is not going to resolve the chronic congestion we see on the streets of Accra. And he's right. I believe anytime issues like this pop up, we try to bring quick solutions that are not going to last. Solutions that within a month time, it's nowhere to be found. It has crashed and no one cares. You see this thing that we are everybody is talking. I give you only 1 month. Maybe 1 month in a corridor, 2 weeks, everybody will forget about it, and it will not become news again. Because I said, no one, they don't even care. So now that everybody is trying some way, in Kenya, same tier, even as a transport minister, you are supposed to bring this on board. You are supposed to make sure that those challenges are being fixed, not the media bringing it on board before you take action. And it was later on he said that, as you stated, that the buses were being sold, some of the buses were nowhere to be found, and because of that, he has sacked the then, I think the then, is it CEO who has been appointed to ensure that all those buses are well maintained and are operational on our streets. So, in Kasemi and Baapa, we don't even know that something like that happened. You should be informing us, because this is something that it's a problem for everybody. You might be driving your Land Cruiser or whatever, but we take church. We know what we are experiencing. We know how hectic it is and difficult it is for you to get a vehicle. And sometimes you get a vehicle, you don't get a place to sit, especially Accra. people are standing. Like Washa sweaty or wabre, and he needs to put in a lot of effort. And that is why we don't see the end result of what you want to see, because all these things are making productivity so difficult. Like the maximum you're supposed to bring out, you're not bringing it out, because what you've used like 3 hours. Imagine a person is from Kaswa, and Juma or Yevan say Accra, and traffic's out crying, so big Jina must say 1.5 hours. Bridge one more sweaty or bread. What is the essence? So if you are bringing out solution, it should be a lasting solution. We know that this solution you are bringing on board is not something that within a twinkle of an eye, we will still come and see. We'll still come and sit here and be talking about the same thing and be hitting on the same thing and be forcing you to do the right thing. No, bring up a solution that is going to help everybody. In 3 years, 4 years time, when we mention of transport, we will laugh. It shouldn't be a case where when we mention of transport, we are nagging our teeth and weeping within us because that problem has not been solved. If you're saying you're bringing railway, it's a good idea. But how well are we going to sustain it? Is it something that they're going to bring on board? Then at the latter end, it will be what how will I even put it? A business avenue for scrap dealers. They'll go and be taking part of the railway and the road system, picking this, picking that, and sometimes railway no way
Oh, it's serious. So if you like the place, the railway no, like it's bushy.
Like it's bushy because no one cares.
Oh, it's very
no one cares. And trust me, if we want to take this railway system very serious, it's going to help us
a lot.
It's going to help us.
It's really, really.
Yesterday, what's the name? Elvis Dako. He was saying that they should join from what's the name of Tetakwashi roundabout to Accra Central Business to maybe sir. So when you're coming, you know that when you're coming from Kaswa all the way to Accra, or you're coming from another side to Accra or Tetakwashi to Accra, you know that you are using train. There is nothing like traffic. The buses that will be left on the street will be few, and that is going to help. But if we don't do that, and then we feel like, well, say at the end of cry, the bad did that, and or sometimes we ourselves we believe at the end of the banana baby,
but we just want to baby because we don't take the maintenance for the even little ones we have. We are not doing it well. But if you can say mama watch me, and I know that you are keeping the watch very well, the next time what do you think I'll give to? I'll give you a very bigger one
because I know you appreciate it and keep it well.
The reason why she'll buy me a bigger one is because she's monitoring whether I'm taking care of the watch. But we don't do it.
We don't do it. That's
very true. Monitoring and evaluation.
You've given me the watch, and every time you come, you will not tell me, but why don't also? Or Kitani, or the next time it will be bigger. But we don't do it.
We lack supervision.
Proper
supervision. Because tell me why at once, like 300 Metro Mass buses get spoiled.
Just like that.
Come on. It doesn't
add up.
Good. Because I believe if there are proper checks and it's going through maintenance, at least best say 5.
Even just your coins, so fit for your more down way. It got to a point over Metro Mass bus ne go say
no more to chum body parts no more the patch other cars. It's sad. This railway thing is really going to help
you see, and that is why the drivers will be bold enough to tell you say
and check.
They
don't even feel checking. It's not even a competition.
It's not.
Because assuming there's traffic on the road, wherever the driver will pass and make sure that he's out of that traffic, he will do it. Metro Mass, will they pass there?
You see, the way Metro Mass is designed, Metro Mass, STC, VIP are not those short vehicles distances that goes into they need a well constructed road to ply it on. But once a road no say papa, and that is why it spoils early. Your road no, and also nyenti railway and no never bomb. Your team.
Bringing the buses are good, but I feel like that's not the best solution to this whole transportation crisis we are facing as a country. We need to check our roads. Okomakola. Is it two? Is it one way? Was it a quinine na? car be boy ben pen now for the switch now. Or boy ben can the sellers are even insulting the driver. Who ye did they were so. But that's on the road. That's the road you're on.
This morning I heard of a news about a decongestion exercise that will be going on very soon. In regards to the AMA, Mr. Papualote.
Every day they do it.
Every day they do it. And when I was listening to the traders, they were like, we know that is not the right place you're supposed to be, but where are we going? I was like, where are we going? Come and sell in my room. Come and sell in my room.
Where are you going?
You know, in Kangala Pass, so they least mistake no go to you so. So they obey you at them, but where you are, this is where I am supposed to pass. But don't insult you.
Yeah, we are hoping we find a better solution to those crises.
How did I end here?
Don't worry.
Sometimes I ask myself that question.
My
mom and dad have a lot of answers to give me.
Serious,
because I don't know how I came here.
You'll be fine. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
Bye.
Election Watch demands police intervention to de-escalate NPP primary tensions. Election Watch Ghana is calling on the Ghana Police Service to step in urgently to calm rising tensions ahead of the new Patriotic Party's presidential primaries scheduled for January 31st. In a statement released on Monday, the election watchdog urged the police to convene an emergency meeting involving all NPP flag bearer aspirants and the party's leadership. According to the group, the aim is to agree on clear rules of engagement and enforce a strict code of conduct to prevent violence during the campaign period. Election Watch Ghana said it is deeply worried about recent incidents of violence linked to the primaries. It cited reports from Sunyani where an aspirant, Naatoshi, was allegedly chased from a campaign venue and forced to address supporters from inside a car. The group also mentioned the alleged assault of a social media activist by rival supporters. Describing these incidents as alarming and unacceptable, the organization warned that such actions threaten the credibility of the internal party election and could escalate if not addressed quickly. The watchdog is therefore calling on the police to deploy adequate security personnel to potential flashpoints and force compliance with a code of conduct and take preventive steps to ensure peaceful campaigning. Election Watch Ghana also appealed directly to NPP members and supporters to show restraint and tolerance, stressing that violence has no place in a democratic context. Democracy thrives on peaceful competition, not violence, the group said, adding that the party's leadership has a responsibility to ensure a fair, calm, and orderly primary. So this is exactly what Election Watch Ghana is worried about ahead of the NPP primaries. Violence. I don't know if you watched the video where the woman had to, I don't know if it was an address or sort of a campaign.
They say
from a
she
car.
was forced to.
She was forced to sit in the car.
She was forced to make that address.
Yeah, same. But has it got? The election has not even started, and violence is already. And I feel like the aspirants are not even calm themselves. Wait to bar. The last time I heard Brian Chamo, if you vote for
Baumia, he was speaking against Baumia.
Look at that. They are speaking in parables, but they are speaking to each other.
I think they're supposed to sign a peace pact today.
Yeah, today. So if the aspirants are doing this, how do you expect the delegates and the supporters to behave? I mean,
the only person who I've noticed that have not shown tantrum was Educhum
and then Pabne Japan.
I think Japan is trying to control himself. He doesn't go straight like hitting at you, but
he replies.
He replies critics. Yeah, you know who he's referring to, but within that, you see, it is the campaigners. So the camp, who's a Kennedy won the camp. Baumia has its own camp. It is those people, those communicators communicating for this aspirant that are pouring petrol in a fire. They are the one causing all this, because you will hear a communicator for Brian go sit on a live television, and then what he will speak against the other opposition, let me put it that way, or the opponent. It's bad. So in a way, I feel like they are rather causing this mayhem, not the people themselves. Because sometimes when you listen to the aspiring candidates speak, you could feel that, well, they don't have anything, but it's just politics. It's just politics. And for me, I am not surprised of what is happening. We saw worse happening in 2024, and I think if care is not taken, we are going to see worse. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to see something that is more worse. Yes, than what we saw last year. It's going to be worse. Seriously, it's going to be worse. So I think what's the name of the
Election Watch?
Election Watch.
Yeah.
What they are telling them is very serious. He said what election victory are won on what? On a peaceful what? He made a statement. He said, I think
democracy thrives on peaceful competition, not violence.
Not violence,
yes.
Exactly. So that is it. If you are going to vote or something, after these votes, it's still MPP. You are still coming together to work as one people.
Exactly.
But if you create this hatred among yourself, after one person wins, you also come back. But that kind of hatred is there. So why not just make your convince the people on why they should vote for you.
I feel like
not attacking the other party.
Yeah, exactly. This is not even the time to be doing this. Just convey your message. If the people
simple.
will be convinced, they'll be convinced.
That is it.
If they are not, try again next time.
Speaking ill about the other person is not going to change their mindset of voting for you or whatever.
Right.
They will take the money, but who they'll vote for, they know who they'll vote for.
They know. Fear delegates. Miss Eugenia, they are set to sign a peace pact today. Do you believe that what they are signing is going to bring sort of unity and then peace during the election? Or you feel it's just something they said they should sign, so they will sign, but they will not take it to heart?
Okay, so once you sign a peace pact, no matter the outcome, the verdict given, you need to go according to what you signed and respect that.
Yeah.
But when we come to Ghana, mind you, signing a peace pact is not just any peace pact. It is backed by law. But one thing I've observed in Ghana, I can't say our rules are only, as Debbie always say, our rules are always sweeter and looks good on paper. But how we would implement it, how we would make sure that it works is the problem. If anyone who signs a peace pact does not go according to what he signed or what he or she signed, I feel like there should be a sanction, and not just any normal sanction. It shouldn't even be a monetary sanction. It should be a very dire sanction, because these politicians, they have money. They can pay their way or buy their way through any punishment. I can't remember in school we had groups where some of the groups were very rich, so even if they don't indulge themselves in some activities, they know, oh, after all, sika na ebetua until they yen by ebetua. It shouldn't be like that, because these politicians focus on muncha 10,000, they can pay 10,000 per year sika fian bimpomo compared to what they are seeing. So there should be a huge sanction. Say, if you don't follow the peace pact, this is what will happen to you. If it's supposed to be a 1 month 1 month of you being in prison custody, it should be like that. And to our leaders, when you sign a peace pact, it doesn't mean you are weak. It means that you are a leader, and every true leader will sign a peace pact. The outcome of the result, second edi never foul, say baumia never foul, say do chumo, say a Japono, whoever takes it, you accept it in good faith. Don't come and fight. The producer said that don't fight over it. You can't expect that everyone, we all in this room, will be contesting for one particular position, then all of us will get it. Definitely one person will emerge as winner. And this is not an election where you would when maybe Esna becomes the president, then automatically I'll become the vice president. No, it's not done like that. So the peace pact is not only about signing it, but it's also about respecting it. And also to the issue of Ghana election watch saying that the Ghana Police Service should come in. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, they should.
I've not heard of Yeah, no. Ghana Police Service have met with the delegates.
So
no,
they are yet to.
Not the delegates, the aspirants.
They are yet to. I think they are yet to, from what I read.
But I think last week I saw pictures of them together.
Oh, okay. Then maybe probably there will be another meeting.
Then there should be another meeting. They should advise these people. Say, share. Okay.
Right, let's move on to our last news item. Public officials must learn from Oforiatta Sedinam cases. The Member of Parliament for Lambusi, Professor Titus, says the ongoing effort to arrest and extradite former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta and former Maslok CEO Sedinam Tamaklo should serve as a strong warning to public officials about personal accountability. According to him, the development signal a shift from only punishing government at the ballot box to holding individuals personally responsible for decisions they take while in office. His comments followed the detention of 2 former officials by United States authorities. Ken Oforiatta was arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement on January 6th in Virginia. Ghana's Attorney General has explained that his visa revocation was linked to ongoing investigations and was not a routine immigration issue. Sedinam Tamaklo is also in custody in the United States at Southern Nevada Detention Center. She is being held following an extradition request submitted by Ghanaian authorities in July 2024. Professor Titus said these actions reflect growing public expectations for real results under the oral initiative, a major campaign promise made ahead of the last election. He noted that while the new patriotic party's defeat in the last election showed collective accountability, Ghana's democracy will only be strengthened if individuals are also held personally responsible for wrongdoing. According to him, failure to pursue individual accountability would weaken public trust and undermine democratic governance. Looking at these 2 cases, what message does these cases send to current public officials? What should they learn from that? Ms. Debbie?
Yeah, I think the only message it's sending across is for you to maintain transparency in whatever you do. You should have it in mind that whether you are going to be in office for 50 years, 100 years, when you're out, you will be held accountable for your actions, what you did. You will have to account to the people, how it went, and when it feels like corruption is the only option for you, then don't forget that Insawam is also ready for you to come and serve your jail term as well. So it's just sending one message across. This is what is given to you. Be fair, transparent, and have it at the back of your mind. Someday you are going to leave office. You are not going to sleep here forever. If you have that at the back of your mind, you'll be very cautious the steps you take. Even if money is being disbursed into that particular company you are managing, you know how to manage it. You know how to go your way about it. And phones. The phones are even more expensive than the phones you bought for the staff. You get it. Or you see, when you do these things, you have it in mind that, well, no one is going to come after you. But don't forget, definitely someone will come after you. Government will come after you. The people will come after you. You need to account what that money has been used for. And so when you don't have that at the back of your mind and you feel like you can come and steal and have your way, that was then. Ghana then is not Ghana now. Everything is changing. You will face it.
Thank you, Ms. Regina.
Yeah, so to our leaders, they need to make sure that, as Ms. Debbie said, no matter how long it takes, we would definitely catch you. And if we eventually catch you, we would deal with you like the criminal that you are. She said, I know can allegedly cry a becho. And you know, Ken Oforiatta, I think today he's supposed to face court.
Consider I think immigration.
So we are waiting for it.
Them to Papa Wimbrala. They should bring him to the lions then, and we will deal with him, because it's becoming too much. This should be a very huge lesson to the leaders in parliament and in power today. you might think that, oh, you then let me do just say there's no your friend is saying there's no expiring date for crime. Yes, let me put it that way. Even if you kill someone today and it's 30 years and the video pops up that day, you'll be arrested. So there's no expiring dates for crime. And to our leaders, they need to make sure that they are very cautious in their dealings. Because even no matter how cautious you are, no matter how you don't want to be corrupt, someone in his wise wisdom can find a way and put you into trouble. So they need to be very careful as individuals and politicians. If they give you the money that do this, do it and teachable. Because at the end of the month, you'll be given allowances. You will be paid. So what trouble again do you want? So they should do their work according to, not according from.
Not according from. So what will happen if accountability efforts fails?
In this whole issue, and then the public trust is no longer there.
It's no longer there.
We will never trust these politicians. And if we are supposed to boycott election, we will boycott it. I trust Ghanaians. Ghanaians can boycott elections right now.
Yeah, that reminds me of the picketing they'll be having at today at the US embassy.
This morning I was listening to the man in charge, something Morgan. He was like, Ken Oforiatta, why are they there? In fact, he's saying the US don't want to release Ken Oforiatta, but when they had issues to do with Shatawale and Yoko and the missing car, then no, Ghanaians made sure, or Yoko made sure that they gave Shatawale to them to question them, blah blah blah. But when it comes to us, they are a whole lot and they are quite.
But don't you think they should wait after the court issue with Ken
today?
Then so what if So what if right after the hearing in court they are
bringing him back?
What happens? Yeah. It says my prayer that these two people will be deported back to Ghana to face justice. These people will be used as a deterrent that no matter who you are in office, the law will catch up after you. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. On the news headline review up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you today in history in Africa and across. Kamala Harris sworn in as 49th Vice President of the United States, becoming the first woman, first Black American, and first Asian American to hold the office, a historic milestone achieved alongside President Joe Biden. On this same day, Barack Obama was sworn in as the 44th President of the United States, making history as the nation's first African-American president, an event drawing record crowds and marking a significant moment in American history. He took the oath of office from Chief Justice John Roberts Jr., using Abraham Lincoln's Bible, assuming leadership during a severe financial crisis. On the same day, first confirmed case of COVID-19 found in U.S. The Centers for Disease Control announced that the 35-year-old who had been experiencing a cough, fever, nausea, and vomiting had tested positive for COVID-19. He was hospitalized, where his condition grew worse and he developed pneumonia. His symptoms abated 10 days later. Looking at some observances, International Day of Acceptance celebrates the social inclusion of people with disabilities, honoring Annie Hopkins, creator of the wheelchair hats, symbol by promoting equal opportunities, embracing differences, and moving beyond mere awareness to true acceptance, ensuring everyone can live full, authentic lives. It's a day to focus on abilities, not limitations, and to support individuals in their communities, recognizing their inherent worth and potential. National Disc Jockey Day, that is National DJ Day. It honors the history and contribution of disc jockeys to music, recognizing their skill in mixing music for various audiences. From radio personalities to club performers, it's a day to appreciate how DJs using everything turntables to modern software curate musical experiences and keep the energy going. Take a Walk Outdoors Day encourages people to enjoy the physical and mental health benefits of walking in nature, promoting activity, reducing stress, improving mood, boosting vitamin D, and combating sedentary lifestyles by getting people off the couch and into the fresh air. It's a simple reminder to appreciate the outdoors, connect with nature, and prioritize overall well-being through movements. No Name Calling Week. I repeat, No Name Calling Week. Aiming to combat bullying and promote kindness. It focuses on educational activities to foster respect and empathy, challenging negative language and supporting inclusive school environments. Lastly, Sugar Awareness Week, to highlight the serious health risk of excess sugar, educate people about hidden sugars in everyday foods, and encourage healthier eating habits to combat obesity, type 2 diabetes, and dental decay. Advocating for better public health policies, the campaign aims to cut through misleading marketing and show that many foods aren't as healthy as they seem, prompting individuals and industries to make better choices. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Limit how you take sugar. And also today, or the week, is No Name Calling Week. And also I remember Acceptance Day. Please accept yourself. You're the only person that can accept yourself and accept other people as well. On that note, I'm accepting Debbie.
Welcome to Debbie's Grow, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly has announced a 3-day decongestion exercise at the Old Agbobulushi Onion Market, scheduled for February 24 to 26, 2026, aimed at clearing the area of squatters and other unauthorized occupants. The site was previously cleared on July 1st, 2021, when the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, with support from armed police, demolished structures and evicted an estimated 10,000 scrap dealers as part of a major cleanup exercise. However, scrap dealers have returned to the area, reclaiming portions of the land. The Municipal Chief Executive of Ablekuma Central, Frank Nkansa, addressed the issue while speaking to journalists during a visit to the site with the Greater Accra Regional Minister. We are going to do the exercise from 24th to 27th of next month. We are going to do that exercise to ensure that we can decongest and break down most of the facilities that the regional minister has directed us to. We are also going to do that in collaboration with local government as a whole to ensure that the place becomes very good for commuters. We are also trying to structure the place very well. Those who are doing anything illegal, that will take you out of the place. But those who are doing something legality, we are going to put a police post, another mechanism to ensure that the assembly is in full control over the exercise in time. So this is coming from the Ablekuma Central Municipal Assembly. They've put a tax, or let me say they've come up with a tax that they are aiming to accomplish by 27th of this month, and that is to decongest Agbogbloshie. This is not the first time we are hearing this. I think we've heard of this couple of times, especially last year, where we saw people in the likes of Mr. I think Pakpo Alote, and then we saw the likes of the Great Accra Regional Minister as well, Linda Oklo, putting in much effort to ensure that traders who sell on unauthorized places, who are supposed to move into the market and they are selling out on unauthorized places, they'll be moved out so that it could reduce congestion. Okay, because these people have made the place so congested that when you're even going to the marketplace, you don't even get your way around. You find it so difficult. And these are the same traders that if you mistakenly hit their staffs, you're going to pay for it. It's either they insult you or you pay for whatever you've knocked down. So when they brought this initiative on board, it was very laudable. Everyone was happy because we felt like there's going to be a relief. But what did we see? They said it's not going to be a 9-day wonder, but that is what it has become. They've drive these people away, but go back and see what is happening. I wouldn't even go to Kanisha and see what is happening. They are still there. They are still selling on pavement that are meant for pedestrians. They are selling on it. But these same people was shall I say, driven out of the place, because that was not the right place for them to stay. After they were being drove away, let me say I wouldn't say it took that long, but say 2.5 to 3 weeks, they are back. And I can remember some time ago, we communicate with some of the traders and they said, oh, anopa de mahao, ye baha anopa no me omechi nti ye twa ebe wo be se 3-4 yenim say force bia embassy one as omunsumo obia emom be monitanti no from 4-5 more I want to see the age. I was like, just look at this. The mentality. Now, decongesting this place because it's part of Accra, so automatically decongesting Accra is a good thing. But how well are we sustaining it? Because the measures in which we are putting in place to sustain this thing, it's not working out. It's not working out. These are people that have stayed there. They've acquired the place as their own. They've seen that place as their property. They don't want to leave. You can't use a day to drive those people away. Go to Accra and see for yourself. Just go to Accra. Somewhere last year, they drove these sellers out of the pavement, and they even promised to get some of them a place to stay. But go back to Accra and see. They are still selling on pavement. And you see people struggling, commuters struggling to pave their way through. And it's making things so difficult. And you see, this is the main reason why we see a high increase of robbery in marketplaces, because it is so congested. That is why if someone is taking your phone from your bag, you don't even get to feel it, because you are being surrounded by a crowd of people. You don't even get to breathe. And this is because these traders are selling on the pavement. And sometimes when you talk to them, they'll tell you that inside one person better. They'll tell them they don't want to go inside because when they get the what's the name? The consumers do not come, or they don't want to go in to buy it. They want to buy it right where they sell. And in other words, they make more money when they sell on pavement than when they are in the market. It's the mentality. Because trust me, if the laws are working and all the traders are in their rightful places in the market selling, tell me, when I get that, are you telling me I'm not going to go inside? I'll go inside because that is what I need, and what I need is inside. So I'm supposed to go inside and purchase whatever I want to buy. But when you're selling outside or on authorized places, and you're telling me that because your customers do not want to come in and buy. That is why you are selling on. It's not an excuse. It is not an excuse. It's intentional. You are intentionally doing that. All those people that were sacked, they are back. I remember they destroyed structures, people kiosks were demolished, they scattered everything. And after they scattered all those things, drove those people away, you see, one thing we lack is strict supervision and monitoring. We don't do it. So if you take now Agbogloshi, go to Agbogloshi and see. First, Agbogloshi used to be congested, but I think when they moved the onion sellers from Agbogloshi to Ajay Kotoku, I think it's above from Kakra, but still you will still find people selling on pavement. And so this initiative is bringing on board, the assembly are bringing on board. It's nice, but how long is this? I mean, how long are they going to sustain this? Because you cannot use from 24 to 27, and then you are telling us that you are demolishing structures, ensuring that these people are occupying the right space to sell. You can't tell me you are using these few days to do that. After you've demolished those structures, and then ensure that these traders are selling at the rightful places, there should be a time designated where you go there often to ensure that where you've given them, they are still there. But when you use that 2 days, and then you tell me that you are using 2 days to ensure that everything is ordered, it doesn't work like that. Because from long, the mentality is that when I sell on pavement, I make more money. And because there is no law that states, or I'm sure we have it, but it doesn't work. We have the laws are not working. So sometimes it baffles me. I think through this and I don't get a reasonable answer to it, because how can we draft a law and it's not working? There should be severe punishments for these people, because this is to our own benefit. It is to our own benefit. If there are strict punishment, severe one of course, for people who flout it, I'm not sure when you sack them within 3 days, they'll come back to the streets. No. And you see, all this boils down to why drivers will use this as, shall I say, a yardstick to tell us that it's the main reason why they also increase fare. Because they told us that the traders have occupied 50% of the roadside, and so where they are supposed to pass is very little. And that is why we have traffic all over, and because they also don't want to run at loss. And so they are going to increase it abysmally so that they can make more profit. And if we say that we want to work towards that and ensure that we don't see this thing again, then I think strict supervision and monitoring should be our number one topmost priority. Because we cannot bring something on board, use 2 days, 3 days to sack these people. You see, one reason why when we start with this thing, we don't get to the tail end of it is because even the traders know that we are not serious. The traders know that the assembly, they are not serious. Because omo 2 days, 3 days, omo baby. So they will also, they will be calm. They will pack their things. After 3 days, they are back. Because they know that you yourself, you the one taking the initiative, you are not serious yourself. And how do you expect me to be serious? Imagine a leader that claims that he or she is a leader and he's leading a group of followers. And you, the leader, you don't know your right from your left. And you expect your follower to take you serious. No, it doesn't happen that way. You need to set example. That is why the saying goes that leadership by example. When you set the example, they know that, hey, that's my leader. He doesn't take nonsense. This is what he does. And so when I'm being asked to do this, I have to do it well. Because or nonsense or to prevent that, then I also do it so that I don't get issues with my leader. But in a case where you're unserious, because when you say so please, if you are talking about decongesting this place and ensure that these traders are selling on unauthorized places that are meant for them, then please let's take this very, very serious. When we take it serious, it's going to help us. I will always say this: there is nothing impossible for us to do as a country. We can do it. That is if we've purported in our mind and we are ready to do it. If not, we are just joking. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. There's nothing impossible we can do as a country. Once we are determined to do it, we will definitely achieve it. Thank you so much for joining us in the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Right after the news, we will hit you up with a second segment. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it's just a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah.
I'm Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on GhanaTalks Radio. In today's news bulletin, Interior Minister seeks solutions to immigration service promotion challenges. Cement manufacturers pledge to uphold quality standards. Transport Minister launches crackdown on drivers charging unapproved fares. Sickle cell awareness advocates push for curriculum inclusion. These and many more coming up your way shortly. Interior Minister Mohamed Muntaka Mumbarak has urged the Governing Council of the Ghana Immigration Service to recommend solutions in addressing promotion challenges within the service. The call is part of the minister's efforts to strengthen the Ghana Immigration Service and its operations. The minister made this request during the inauguration of an 11-member Governing Council of the Ghana Immigration Service.
I mean, what I would say is that, they came to thank the ministry for all the good work that we've been doing and to assure us of their support in most of the reforms that we are trying to bring to the Ghana Immigration Service. They reiterated the issue of our porous borders and the infrastructural need of the service. They acknowledged in this 1 year some of the great things that we started doing, including the 7 regional offices that are simultaneously being built, the work that we are doing on their head office, even though it's stored, and I told them why it's stored, and I'm assuring them that this year we are very grateful that we are hopeful that it will come back to fruition. And about the border control and the challenges, we told them what we are also doing, trying to get a system that is fully owned by us, and that is able to help us track not only at the legitimate crossing point, but even the illegitimate crossing point. And the issue of their established post came, which is a very key thing for many officers. And I said that, yes, if we were to continue the way probably others have done, yes, we can end up pleasing people who are seen or aligned to us, but we'll end up messing the whole service. So it requires a lot of sacrifice. Because I couldn't fathom why a service like Ghana Immigration Service should have more deputy commissioners than even police. That is much bigger than, because we have about almost 50,000 police men and women officers. The immigration is less than 20,000. They are just about 18,000 plus. Yet they have this kind of top heavy. And also reminded them that, yes, I know the council is under enormous pressure, because those who are assistant commissioners, in April, based on the information I have, about 39 of them will be due to be promoted. But the regulation is very clear. You can only be promoted if the vacancy is available. And now we have this heavy top. So I also challenge the council to come up with how do we create a system that is fair and equitable. So even if people are not promoted, what system can we develop that will create the kind of fairness? What do we do with even the law? So that tomorrow you don't come to the church where you are spending all the time to clean it up. Then with a greater respect, another time another person comes to mess it up. What do we do to safeguard that? So that the sacrifice that people will be making will not go in vain. So this among other things that we discussed. And I'm also grateful for the council to have taken time out of their busy schedule to come to interact with me and let me know some of the things that they are doing. Very important for me is the council's innovative way of thinking of how.
The Chamber of Cement Manufacturers has retreated its commitment to maintaining high quality standards in the industry. Executive Secretary Dr. George Dawson emphasized the significance of fair competition. He assured that the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers will not tolerate such practices, aiming to protect the industry's reputation and ensure consumer safety.
Ever since he took office, we really have to mention that there has been a very cordial relationship, collaboration, so far as the cement industry is concerned, which we are very, very happy about it. Today happens to be one of such, dialogues, one of such events that we need to meet. Of course, also having also coincided with the first, working, meeting that we have of the year. And like the minister rightly said, we have engaged today just to ensure that there is sanity. There is sanity and there is understanding among ourselves so far as cement manufacturing is concerned. The position of cement manufacturers has always been the same and never changed. That we are not against competition, but rather we are against unfair trade practice. And these are the discussions that we've been having, ensuring that there's a level play field. That is all, the manufacturers, producers really have to comply with what actually the law states. And again, we thank the ministry for the guidance insofar as compliance of the law is concerned. Then the manufacturers too, apart from actually dialoguing with the ministry, we also do our self-regulatory exercises, ensuring that we also really ensure that our house is in order so far as compliance is actually concerned. One of the issues which have come up, which we also discuss it among ourselves, is the quality of cement. We need to really ensure that the cement that we produce meet the standards that are required. Once again, I want to say thank you to the minister, a team, for the collaboration that we've had so far, and will continue, we promise.
Minister of Transport Joseph Bukari Nikpi has announced measures to tackle commercial drivers charging unapproved fares. According to him, government will reintroduce commercial vehicle identification tax and establish a task force in collaboration with transport unions in monitoring and enforcing approved fares. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union will also deploy personnel to key locations in ensuring compliance. This move aims to protect commuters from exploitation during peak hours.
Agreed that from hence they are going to reintroduce what they call the identification tax or stickers on all vehicles. So if you see any vehicle, you will know that this vehicle belongs to this union and it is not at the terminal and it is doing the floating activities and charging unapproved fares. They've also agreed that they will put themselves in the same task force to ensure that drivers comply with the agreed fares that we, the Ministry of Transport, and they, the unions, agreed to in May last year. Also, they have also agreed to make sure that they will bring out either to, when you go to stations, you see some vehicles waiting for their loading time. They will now ensure that they will correspond with their task force on the field, so that if there's need for deployment of vehicles at this particular part of the country or the city, they will quickly deploy those who are already waiting for their turn to load to go to those areas to ensure that they have all-round operational time with their vehicles. And again, they have assured us that there are some Tata buses that they are going to make available to ensure that they will also come in to help move our commuters from work to home or from home to work.
Campaigners for sickle cell disease awareness are calling for more effective public education to integrate sickle cell disease topics into junior high school and senior high school curriculum. This move aimed to reduce prevalence and stigma against careers with a focus on Sickle Cell Foundation leading the advocacy efforts. Founder of Focus on Sickle Cell Foundation says incorporating sickle cell disease education into schools will help correct misconceptions and create a supportive environment for affected students.
Okay. Sickle cell disease, in fact, it has been there from ages, but we have overlooked it so many years. Key people from our health sectors know more about sickle cell disease because there's no proper, let's say proper education like what the Ministry of Health has introduced already and going to scale. That's not existing yet. So people perceive sickle cell disease can be even be in a sexual or anything of such. That even if you have intercourse with someone living with sickle cell like myself, you also get sickle cell. That is not so. When you hug someone living with sickle cell, you won't get sickle cell disease. When you eat with someone living with sickle cell, you won't get it. So in our community, people living in sickle cell, you've given us a name called sicklers. So as a sickler, people don't even want to associate themselves with you, especially our peers. They don't want to play with you because their parents have told them that, he's a sickler. So the moment you play with such a person, he may die or she may die. And these are making a lot of negative impact on people living in sickle cell. Isolations. We don't even want to associate ourselves with our peers because they will stigmatize us. So the society at large, the idea they know about sickle cell, but the impact on sickle cell, they don't know. The empathy they have to show with people living in sickle cell is not there. And even how to help a person in crisis. Imagine someone having sickle cell is in crisis right now. How can you handle such a person? We don't have that education yet. This is why we are here, to urge the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Education to help us to inculcate all this in our syllabus, which is the curriculum, for our students to know about sickle cell, because sickle cell is solely inherited through birth. You can't get it in any way. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Amos, what? Your name again?
Amos Andor.
The National School Inspectorate Authority has declared St. Olive's School in Dodowa illegal due to lack of a valid license following an investigation into alleged abuse of an 8-year-old student. Prosecution is expected to kick off today. As a result, the school has been shut down amidst allegations of negligence. The alleged abuse incident led to severe injuries, with a student risking leg amputation.
On their social media handle concerning some information that they gathered on VEP's Happy Home Academy concerning an 8-year people who had an injury. First of all, I want to condemn the act. This is not right. As an institution, you are supposed to have the health and safety facility such a way that you can give first aid to your people. What we have gathered so far from our investigation shows that there are two schools here. The first one is the VEP's Happy Home Academy, and the second one is St. Olive Grammar Boarding School. So I realized that the VEP Happy Home Academy is licensed by NASIA, and we have it in our NASIA record, while the St. Olive Grammar Boarding School is not in our records. So NASIA sees that as an illegal institution. And where the incident actually happened at the St. Olive Grammar Boarding School. So which means that in the first place, that school should have existed, because it is not NASIA. For a school to exist, NASIA will have to inspect whole school inspections, have to make sure that you have the right infrastructure, the right environment, the right teachers, the right health and safety.
In business, senior country manager of the International Finance Corporation says the institution is recording a significant increase in business proposal, particularly in the agriculture and infrastructure sectors. Speaking in an interview, he said International Finance Corporation's level of engagement in Ghana has grown compared to previous years. He noted a marked shift in scale of energy projects being proposed, especially in the renewable energy space. He explained that the focus goes beyond solar energy, stressing the need of affordable and dependable power for businesses. He also said the International Finance Corporation remains committed to supporting projects that meet the institution's standards. In related news, the International Finance Corporation has stepped in to address a critical financing shortfall in Ghana's cocoa sector, providing hundreds of millions of dollars to support licensed buying companies and safeguard operation for farmers. According to him, delays in funding from Cocoa Board had left the LBCs under pressure, forcing them to finance operations in a market already under strain. To stabilize the industry, the International Finance Corporation has collaborated with local banks, regulators, the Bank of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance to channel funding in local currency, ensuring liquidity reaches key sectors and actors in the supply chain. The IFC has already committed more than 100 million, with potential support rising to 300 million this year. To sports, Young Apostles Public Relations Officer Alhaji Mahama has confirmed that the club is boycotting the Ghana Premier League, citing persistent poor officiating as their main reason. The club stated that although they will adhere to the schedule of their remaining matches, they will not step onto the pitch, resulting in automatic forfeit. In an exclusive interview, he admitted that referees are human and can make mistakes, but emphasized that errors have become too frequent and consistent to ignore. He further noted that the boycott is aimed at prompting Ghana Football Association to take serious steps to improve officiating standards. Every team suffers from it, but the rate at which we are suffering is beyond normal, he said. Alhaji Mahama also dismissed claims that the club's boycott of the Ghana Premier League is due to financial challenges, insisting that the decision is solely a protest against poor officiating. Young Apostles have accumulated 22 points from 19 matches, with their next fixture scheduled against Dreams FC. In showbiz, Nollywood star Mercy Johnson has threatened legal action against online trolls and platforms that report fake news about her family. The actress made the threat while reacting to the release of a TikTok content creator, Eddie Bliss, who alleged that Mercy Johnson's husband bought a mansion for a mistress who got pregnant for him. He was released from detention on Saturday, January 17th, following public outcry. Speaking for the first time over the incident, Mercy Johnson, in a video shared on her Instagram page, stated, "We have decided to withdraw the charges against the lady in question because of the love and respect we have for numerous individuals that reach out." While revealing her plans for the new year 2026, Mercy Johnson vowed it's no longer going to be business as usual for online trolls and platforms sharing false rumors against my family and myself. I have plans later this year for things I have to do online, and having plans to make trouble in court cases is going to be part of them because some people just won't leave my family, she added. On some national update, the government will consult on whether social media should be banned for under 16 in the United Kingdom, and said immediate action will give Ofsted the power to check phone use policies during inspections, and that schools will be phone-free by default as a result of the announcement. A similar ban took effect in Australia in December 2025, the first of its kind worldwide. Other countries are reportedly considering such a law. It comes after more than 60 Labour members of Parliament wrote to the Prime Minister about the issue, with the mother of murdered teenager also calling on the government to act. Some argued that vulnerable children need access to social media to find their community. According to the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology, the consultation will seek views from parents, young people and civil society to determine the effectiveness of the ban. It will also look at whether more robust age checks will be implemented by social media funds, which could be forced to remove and limit features which drive compulsive use of social media. And Ofsted will give tougher guidance to schools to reduce phone use, including telling staff not to use their devices for personal reasons in front of students. The government will respond to the consultation in the summer. Technology Secretary said the laws in Online Safety Act were never meant to be the end point, and said she understood parents still have serious concern. Conservative leader has also said her party will introduce a social media ban for under 16 if it was in power. She said the consultation was more dirtier and delayed from Labour. The Liberal Democrat education spokeswoman also added her voice by saying no time to waste in protecting children for social media giant, and this consultation risks kicking the can down road yet again. National Education Union General Secretary called the move a welcome shift. Meanwhile, the Association of School and College Leaders also welcomed the consultation on social media, but said the government had been sluggish in responding to online risk posed to children. The union's General Secretary said that was clearly a much wider problem of children and young people spending far too much time on screens and being exposed to inappropriate content. And Paul Whiteman, General Secretary of the National Association of Teachers, also welcomed the plan to consult on a potential social media ban. He said the suggestion showed police phones in schools was deeply unhelpful and misguided. It comes as the government faces additional pressure from the House of Lords, which is expected to vote on a proposed ban on Wednesday. The amendment to the Children's Wellbeing and School Bill has backing from several prominent figures. There is also a separate amendment calling for the introduction of film-style age rating, which could limit social media apps children. Professor who leads digital mental health at the University of Cambridge told BBC there was broad agreement more needed to be done to keep children safe online. However, she said there was still no strong evidence that age-based social media bans were effective. Dr. Holly Bear from Oxford University, whose work focuses on developing, evaluating and implementing mental health interventions for young people, agreed the evidence for the effects of social media ban was still unfolding. And Suicide Prevention Charity Foundation were among 42 individuals and bodies to argue a ban would be the wrong solution, the statement stated. And that's a wrap on the morning news update. Do well to log on to all streaming platforms as well as log in onto our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news stories. I am Deborah Adolso. Thank you so much for making time with me. Do have a good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bliss.
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. You are tuned in to your favorite online radio station. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, streaming live as well on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio. Log in there, join the conversation. Let's get the ball rolling. This morning, I'm elated to have our two honorable guests sitting right here in the studios with me, and we'll be diving into the main issues. And as you know, they are going to be sharing their informed perspectives and opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. This morning, the big men I have surrounded me. You can't do me nothing. Right, and as you know, we have from the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. Two communicators. It's going to get very heated right here in the studios this morning. Yeah, so joining the conversation, let's get it interactive. So from the camp of the NPP, we have Mr. Emmanuel Chambers, NPP Communications Team Member, and also we have Mr. Kotier Nuruddin Abu Bakar, NDC Communications Team Member. Good morning to you, my honorable guest.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chambers.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
We are doing fine.
You are doing fine.
As usual, we are good.
Yeah. We bless God. Mr. Abubakar.
Yes, good morning, my dear.
Yeah.
This is my first time I've been here.
Yes,
and,
good morning.
I believe it won't be the last.
Oh, definitely not. We will be glad to have you come back again.
Thank you.
But I hope I got the name right.
Can you mention it again?
Kotier.
Kotier, yes.
Yes, thank God. You know, people have issues if you don't pronounce their names
That
correctly.
is correct. That is correct.
Thank you so much. Right, so going forward, I'll be using any of them, Mr. Abubakar, Nuruddin, or Kotier. Hope you're okay with that.
Or Hajj Betis.
That one.
That
I'm
is,
not taking breakfast.
That
yet.
is what I'm well known for.
Well known for.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Hajj Betis.
Hajj Betis.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
It's more easier than the Kotier.
I find it difficult to pronounce.
You know, the Kotier, many misconstrue it to mean other things.
I know, right? I know, right?
So you are safe with Hajj Betis or simply Betis.
Betis.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Betis.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to go and slip and go and say Mr. Betis. I think. So, Mr. Betis. The name sounds British. If we're gonna Hannah.
No, the name is coined from the Argentine root word Batistuta. There was a footballer called Batistuta.
Oh.
When I was young and I was playing football, I was named Batistuta because of my scoring prowess.
What?
Yes.
Say that again.
Because of my scoring prowess. I was the El Haaland of that time. So.
Oh, I see. You were the name man.
So somebody mistakenly pronounced it Batistuta.
Oh, I see.
Instead of Batistuta.
Batistuta.
A friend of mine took that name to secondary school, where we were all in the same room at Great Wasek in the Upper West region. And then he was calling me Bitis G. Then I was even fighting the name.
Oh.
Yes. Up to a point that I started writing it on my books.
Oh,
so
nice.
Sometimes when you can't fight something, you adopt it.
Right. You finally come to accept it.
Yes.
And I think that is what everyone
Of
knows
course.
you for. But the name is nice.
Yes.
That is a nice name.
It's a nice name, yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike some
But surprisingly, I went to Kumasi, and
Oh.
then I went to the Kumasi Zoo.
Oh, I see.
And then I went to a cage and saw a big snake from, is it Tanzania or somewhere, one of these African countries. And that snake was named Betis. I said, wow, this is my namesake.
But how did you feel about that? Your name being named after a snake.
It's not easy.
Right. That's a nice name you have there. And we also have Chambers. Oh. Mudiede. Anyways, Happy New Year to you, Mr. Bitters. Yeah, I'm now seeing you, so I think it's appropriate to wish you Happy New Year. And how has it been so far? How has the system been so far?
Wow. Happy many returns, my dear.
Thank you.
You know, you haven't told us your name.
Oh, okay. So my name is Esinam. My name is Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu.
Okay.
Yeah, but I prefer to call Esinam.
Esinam, wow. That's a wonderful name.
Yeah.
Though I don't know the meaning.
It means God has listened to me.
God has listened to you.
Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. Esinam, the year has been so good. So far, so good, I would say. First and foremost, once you have life, breath through your nostrils, at least you say thank you God for that opportunity, because many are in the hospitals trying to get well, many are in their graves, many are battling sicknesses and disease of all kinds. But once you have health and then you can move about your daily activities, that is the basic thing you have to be appreciative of. So the year has been so good, and coupled with the fact that we are resetting Ghana, and people are beginning to feel the essence of governance, the essence of good governance. You know, Ghanaians are relatively happy, traders are relatively happy. Contractors are getting ease because preparations are underway to get them paid, so that at least they will be able to pay their workers and all those things. So the year is starting on a very sound footing, and we can only hope for the better going forward.
We thank God. So what should we be expecting as Ghanaians in the coming weeks, months and years from the NDC?
Wow, you see, when you are being led by a visionary nation builder like His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, what you can only hope for is the best, because this is a man that has a track record of delivering his best. He has a track record of infrastructure, a track record of education, a track record on roads, a track record on energy, water, and so on. So this year is going to be a year that will be filled with good policies, including the Big Push project. I am coming from the Upper West region, and from the Upper West region we have big wigs from government that are from my region, the likes of the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, who has been very vociferous on ensuring that the Upper West gets its fair share of national development. My own boss, who happens to be the president of the African Parliamentarians Forum and currently the minister in charge of labor, employment and jobs, the Venerable Dr. Rashid Hassan Pelepo, who is a ranking member in Parliament and the chairman of the Population Committee, has been so hardworking in Parliament and outside Parliament to ensure that the promises, our manifesto promises that we carved in our manifesto, are being delivered. And on daily basis, you see actions and not slogans. On daily basis, you see, a resolve to ensure that the ordinary Ghanaian gets a fair share of the national cake and be able to enjoy himself.
Right. That's impressive. Mr. Chambers, what's happening in your chamber?
Yes, for now, we are there and things are okay. Not when I say things are okay, you see, I keep saying that at all material times we need to always give praises to God, irrespective of the situations or circumstances around us. Yeah, so like I said, and I always say that the government is the pillar of everything in this country, and for me, we are really expecting much from the government. And from where I sit, I will be very happy that in the next week or two, we hear that the government has enrolled some of their policies and they have started working towards it. I mean, the policies we all know, when they say John Dramani Mahama, what comes to mind is the 24-hour economy and so many other policies you can talk about. It is a way or two. You see, you have known me, or some people have known me for a time of ionize, and if you look at my mode of communication, I always say that when I need to praise, I'll praise. It doesn't matter my political affiliations and all that. Yes, some sector, and when you look at things carefully, we can see that things are moving in a way every Ghanaian, though that is exactly not what we wanted, but the way things are moving, I would say that it's in the right direction. And when it continues, every Ghanaian child, especially those on the streets, will smile. You see, but it's kind of something worried that the government have promised us a law. As at now, we can't boast of any policy different road. I mean, they are flashy policies different road, and they are working towards it. There's something we are all worried. You see, our major work to do is to put this government to two and make sure that they really, keep to the promises. And I can tell you that every Ghanaian child go to the pool today to vote based on your promises. Yes, so we are expecting much from the government, and I can say some parts they are doing well, but we are still expecting more. Yes,
you are still expecting more.
Excellent.
Which of the parts are they doing well?
When
you
it comes
are
to
highly impressed.
The fuel prices.
Oh yes.
Yes, that one, no doubt about it.
Yes.
I would always say that.
Yes.
The government is a way doing well.
In a way, it means you are not satisfied.
No, I will not be surprised if a common person on the road buys what is it, a fuel a liter at the price of 5 cedis. I won't be surprised. You understand?
Yeah.
So even if it is 10 cedis or 9 cedis or 8 cedis or whatever it is, we will still call for much input by the government to reduce it more. That is it. If the dollar is 10 cedis today, that is not to say we are doing well. Yes, we are on the path of doing well, but that is not to say we are doing well. These are two different things altogether.
I get you.
Yes.
I get you. Rightfully said.
Yes.
You wanted to say something?
Yes, please. Like Oliver Twist will always ask for more.
Oliver Twist.
Every ordinary Ghanaian, the average Ghanaian will tell you that the NDC government so far is doing very well, and the economy is stable. I mean, prices of goods and services are relatively lower now because of the prudent management of the city. So my brother shouldn't panic. We are comfortably doing well, and will continue to do well as far as we are in government. So Ghanaians will continue to put us in government.
Unfortunately, I'm not panicking at all.
Don't worry, have faith. Have faith. One of their songs they sang, Mama is the whole. So have faith. Yeah. Right. So before we dive into the main topic for discussion this morning, let's look at what is actually trending and has been like a headache for most people, especially for workers, even school children and even normal people. Going to town now is very, very, very difficult. It's like now, if you don't have money, you can't go to town, and if you have a very tight or a calculated budget, maybe you might not come back. You end up walking. So that has to do with our transport crisis right here in this country. Who is actually to be blamed for this? Is it the system, the government, or the drivers? Let me hear from you, Mr. Abubakar.
So, thank you so much, my sister. You see, I don't want to do politics here. I want to state the facts as it is.
As it is.
And do it dispassionately for the benefits of Ghanaians. Transport issues or transport crisis or the challenges we face in the transport sector is not peculiar today. This is as a result of past experience and past activities that should have been done better. Why am I saying this? We're in a country where we witness a skyrocketing increase in fuel prices in the previous government.
Exactly.
We experience a very high cost of living. Inflation was, you see, emboldened to the extent that ordinary Ghanaian cannot even afford 3 square meals because of the increase in foodstuffs and all that. We were in this country where the country was bedeviled with poor road network, poor road infrastructure, deplorable road network, especially from the farming community to urban areas. And so drivers who commute these, bad roads, decided to inflict their suffering onto commuters, and that is we, the ordinary Ghanaians, who apply those rules, and then all those by increasing lorry fares. This has a cascading effect because once, rules are not constructed, and vehicles apply those rules and get destroyed. Drivers who will want to increase prices so that they can mitigate their losses. By so doing, they shift the burden and then the hardship onto commuters, onto the passengers, and we bear the brunt of those hardship. This hasn't occurred just in a vacuum. It was as a result of poor mismanagement of the economy by the previous government, by the Nanado Baumia government. They were doing cosmetic, construction just on paper, but on the ground, nothing was going on. Now, the emergence of His Excellency Napopakule na John Dramani Mahama through the leadership of this country, has seen significant improvement. At least we have been able to reduce fuel prices significantly. You know, now if you go to the pumps, you will get at least not more than 10 Ghana cedis per liter for petrol, and then diesel and some pumps 11 Ghana cedis. This has brought significant relief to drivers, and the cascading effect of that is glaring. Going forward, we are of the view that the NDC government, who is a listening government, and often, involve negotiations with trade unions to negotiate prices of transportation cost. So now that prices of petroleum has reduced, the inflation is now, reduced. Under the NPP government, it was even up to 54%. Now we brought it to a single-digit inflation growth, now hovering around 6.1%. Very, very good foundation for our economy to thrive. What we need now is proper engagement with the transport unions to ensure that we get our vehicles on the road, and then give our passengers good pricing to be able to ameliorate their suffering. How are we going to do this? We are going to do this by investing more in our road network, making sure that drivers will not complain of breakdowns on the road. That is why the big push is very, very paramount. The emergence of the big push has come, and we are creating more roads. We are improving on existing ones. We are, investing on road infrastructure, and we are also ensuring that, importation of goods and services are done in such a way that importers will find it very easy to bring goods, and then businessmen and women will be able to thrive in the economy of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So in conclusion, I want to say that even though the challenges are not over, but we can see significant improvement relative to the reduction of fuel prices, relative to the improvement in inflation, steady growth, and the overall general improvement of the Ghanaian economy. So let's continue to engage transport unions and let them know the importance of serving the ordinary Ghanaian and not just serving any other person.
Right. Mr. Chambers, what can I say today?
Thank you so much. You see, most times we need to always try as much as possible to speak on certain issues without merging in much politics. You understand? I think my take would have been very simple, but then let me run just a word or two to correct something here. If you are talking about the current transport system and what the commuters are confronted with in town, and one sit here to make references to Nana Idodonkwa Akufo-Addo government, I think it's quite unfortunate. You know, if you go back, I always say this: John Dramani Mahama that we see today has been someone that have ruled this country some years back. He also handed over the same crisis to Nana Idodonkwa Akufo-Addo's government. You understand? But when we took power, we have to correct some of these things. You understand? We look at the SPT. If you look at then chambers, commuters, whatever. If you read everything around there, you understand that the NPP also did well by bringing down the fuel prices. This is not the first time that a previous government has handed over a West, economy to a new government, and they have bring down the specific on this matter is as simple as anything. I think we should be more concerned about the people who are stranded in town, and not building this on who was supposed to do this and who was not supposed to do this. The thing is that the transport unions are really not doing their best. If the fuel prices, see the prices of the money the drivers charge commuters, the passengers, it has to be determined by the fuel prices, the spare parts in town, and all sort of things. If we say that things have really come down, the fuel prices is down, spare parts, the prices of spare parts are down, why would the drivers still charge people at that high prices? It's quite unfortunate. But you see, they charge people because there's shortage of buses in town, and that is where the government comes in. We have some buses in this in this country that previous government or current government have bought for this country, and they said it's meant to liberate the commuters from the slavery. That is to say that the Ayalulu buses,
Ayalulu buses,
and some other buses in this country.
The metro buses.
The metro buses.
We have electric buses.
Exactly. We have about 105 that were supposed to be stationed in Accra here.
Which of the buses?
That is Ayalulu buses.
108. And 8.
8
were supposed to be
stationed in Accra
right
here.
In Accra.
How many do you see in town? What are the buses? The electric buses. How many are in town working? They brought them to this country. They are here. Some of them are parked there.
How many electric buses, please?
I think, according to reports, I don't have much evidence to it, but according to the report, those that are in use are less than 15. That's what I heard.
Well, so according to reporting on what I've read, just 10 buses
are used. That is the electric buses.
Yes.
You understand? It means that we are not doing good services as government to the people of this country. If those buses are in town, those government buses are in town competing with the private buses, I am telling you the prices will come down. I'm telling you that people will be conveyed from their respected destinations to wherever they want to go to. You see, students, at the end of the day, students and other workers are those who are suffering.
Yes.
Like you said, today we say the fuel prices
are
down. Go to stand at Makati Hills to Accra and go back. You spend more than 30 cedis. Instead of someone taking you straight from where you are supposed to go to your destination, they won't do that.
But is that a fault from the government or the driver as an individual?
You see, the drivers will have to be blamed, and the government will also have to be blamed.
How will the government be blamed?
That is where the government buses have to be used. You understand? If they are at fault, if all the buses are at fault, I think we can work on them. We can spend some money on them and make sure that we get reliable people to take care of them. You see, you are supposed to receive a card or a coupon when you pay for the bus. But I don't know if I've taken this Ayalolo bus before. If I've taken one of them, sometimes they'll ask you to stand. They will just come and take the money from you. There's nothing showing that they won't even give you a card or any notification.
Well, they actually give receipts.
Yeah, they have to give the receipt and go and account for it.
No, they give.
They give. Yes, I know. Sometimes they give, but some people that are standing, they don't even give anything. Mm-hmm. I have taken the buses, and I know what I'm talking about. Right. The buses that run from Accra to Kaswa, I've taken some of them. There was a time I told my friend in the bus that, look, you see this money I've taken? We were supposed to demand for a coupon, a card. You understand? So I think the drivers will have to be blamed, and then the government will also have to be blamed. So if the government is doing well, the last time I saw Honorable Dorcas, the Deputy Transport Minister, engaging with some of the drivers. You see, it's not about carrying back and moving around. If you have your money, in politics, if you have your money, once you get elected, you have to put that pride aside and make sure that you serve the ordinary person that have elected you. I listened to her that very day. I was watching her. I think she was at Tudu side, and the way she was speaking, I was like, come on, you are not supposed to speak like that. You know, you can go there and shout, but what happened is that these people should do to us what they want to do.
Right.
You understand? So the prices, the reduction in the fuel prices is not reflecting on the the transport fares at all. The fees. I think we have to do something about it, and the government have to come in.
But I think the government has also released some task force to make sure that drivers do not take more than they are expected to take.
Isn't it what they always do at all times? That is what they always do. What is the positive impact? Sometimes, prior to the new year, the people were shouting that there were a shortage of buses in town. Mm-hmm. You know what? The transport minister, Honorable Nempe, they released some buses into the system, and right from there,
they withdrew the buses.
They withdrew them. Where are you sending it to? Doesn't mean the problem has been solved. That's the same issue we are talking about it now. You understand? So I think the government can do better. As at then they released some buses, things were very okay, but they withdrew the buses, and the pressure has come. So that means that the government will have to do a lot.
Right.
My sister, I just agreed to certain portion of my brother's submission, which has to do with the drivers being blamed for some of these, exorbitant prices. But where I disagree with him is where he said government too is to blame, because the fundamental issue here is that every reasonable government will create a conducive environment for transportation to thrive. And what are the indicators? what are the metrics that we use in ensuring this conducive environment? Is by what? Reducing inflation, is by reducing fuel, is by constructing roads. So these are the fundamental, a requirement of every government to ensure that the transportation sector is viable. And the president of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is doing exactly that, and Ghanaians have seen it. We are seeing evidences of what he has done. Prices of fuel have reduced drastically. We have seen it. Roads are under construction through the big push. Spare parts prices are reduced. Importers are happy now. So the government has done its part. What is left is for we as citizens, and mostly this transportation sector is largely occupied by private sector.
Yes.
So you cannot put much blame on government. What the government have to do is to create the congenial environment, and that is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has done. Going forward, what we need to do is for broader collaboration and consultation relative to ensuring that what is supposed to be done is done, and not allow us to inflict pain on ourselves. So sometimes it's like we are our own enemies. The government is trying their best, putting all the necessary steps in place for us to have a conducive road transportation, but we ourselves refuse to reduce prices when there's a reduction in fuel and spare parts and all those things. So we have to go back to the table, reason behind the table, and come to a conclusion that at least once government is trying its best, we as citizens are also supposed to support government to achieve our collective goal.
Right. We are just hoping that in the coming days we are going to see a better result with our transport system. Right. At this juncture, we'll dive straight into our main topic for discussion this morning. So for our first topic, we have Ghana to scrap mining stability pacts, increase royalty. So the Ghanaian government says it will end special long-term agreements it signed with some mining companies and increase the money mining firms pay to the state. These agreements, called stability pacts, allowed mining companies to pay fixed taxes and royalties for many years, even when gold prices went up. Government officials says this system no longer benefits Ghana, especially now that gold prices are very high. Under the new plan, mining stability agreements will not be renewed when they expire. Royalty paid by mining companies will increase, possibly doubling. Ghana wants to earn more money from its gold to support development, and one example is Newmont's Ahafo mine, whose stability agreement ended in December 2025 and will not be renewed. Other companies like AngloGold, Ashanti, and Goldfields will also lose these agreements when they expire in the coming years. So this is coming from the government. They are set to scrap mining stability pacts and increase royalty.
Yes. This is a very, very refreshing development. I am so happy about this development. You see, Ghana is beginning to have a fair share of its natural resources. Per our laws. The natural resources are at the behest of government, and the president holds them in trust for the people of Ghana and solely for the development of the country. So as a government, we in the NDC and the John Mahama-led administration will not engage in any agreement that will continue to impoverish the Ghanaian people. We will not engage in any agreement that does not inure to the collective benefit of the citizenry. So that is why we said we are resetting Ghana. We are not saying those agreements or those pacts are illegal, but we want to reset Ghana and then make Ghana get a fair share of its natural resources. You see, Ghana is one of the largest producer of gold in the world. And so for a long time, since time immemorial, we are made to believe that we don't get a fair share of the gold that we sell out. Majority of it is gone to investors and foreigners. So it's high time that certain decisions are taken to ensure that our natural resources benefit the citizens. So agreements that are not, sufficient, or that are not, in tandem with the vision of the NDC government, ensuring that we benefit from our resources will be done away with. That is why we say we are scrapping the Stability Pact. And not only scrapping it, but we are also doubling royalties. What are royalties? Royalties are the fees these mining companies pay to government.
Yeah.
So once these royalties are doubled, for instance, assuming that the agreement we have with a mining company has to do with was maybe we are earning 5%, doubling it will mean that we'll get 10% of that revenue. This is, I mean, increased revenue for the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian, and the increment of these revenues to Ghana will boost the Ghanaian economy and push it into roads infrastructure, health, schools, you know, I mean, jobs creation and all those things. So we are saying that those pacts that were there for a long time were more or less benefiting foreign investors a lot. To the detriment of Ghanaian citizens. So the president of Ghana, the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, thought it wise that why not put Ghanaians first rather than foreigners or foreign investors second. We are not doing it because we want to scare away investors. The MPP position will be that, oh, we want to scare away investors. No, not at all. You know, investors will want to operate. Investors will want to operate in a fair, transparent economy. They want to operate in an economy or in a country that is transparent and that is fair and that thinks good about its people. So in scrapping this deal and increasing royalties, we'll be able to get serious investors into the country who believe that this is what the country needs. That is why the emergence of Gold Board is very, very important at this stage. You know, taking care of our gold, deals, making sure that Ghana gets a fair share of its gold sales and all those things. So, my sister, I will say that Ghanaians should be happy with this development, because once it is done, the consistent, crave for development relative to roads, schools, health, you know, we'll build more chiefs compounds, we'll build more hospitals, because Ghana will get more money from the mining companies that are operating. We will not allow the status quo to remain. We will make sure that the citizens or the Ghanaian benefits more from its natural resources, unlike other governments that, concentrate more on satisfying foreign investors. We will not do that, because we love our people and we invest in our social capital.
Right. So for how long has this agreement been in existence, and why are they thinking of scrapping it now?
So this agreement has been there for a long time. And then relatively, I can't mention the number of years it has been. But
I think the new reform is 2023 to 25. The new reform, the one we are debating on today.
So,
but it started in way back 1986.
Yeah. So it was an agreement that Ghanaians largely were not happy about.
We're not happy
about at all, because consistently we have been debating this matter that we produce a lot of gold. There is a lot of gold in Ghana, but we don't see the benefits of the gold.
Yeah.
You understand? Countries that produces gold, cocoa, and other natural resources in other countries are seeing massive investment in their countries, and they are reaping the resource and the rewards of those natural resources. But in Ghana, we have gold, we have diamond, we have cocoa, we have timber, and yet we still have to grapple with poor infrastructure. If you go to our rural areas, some were still struggling with electricity. We're not connected to the national grid. We have poor roads to the farming communities, are increasing our post-harvest losses and all those things. So we are not supposed to be doing that. John Dramani Mahama is saying that the gold we produce, we will have to benefit, if not 100%, but over 80% of the gold that we produce in Ghana must come to Ghana and develop the Ghanaian people. That is why Gold Board is important. That is why Gold Board is regulating the old mining industry and making sure that no gold is sold outside without the knowledge of Gold Board and without the Ghanaian people benefiting from the prices.
Right. My thought is, if indeed this is going to generate a lot of revenue for the government, why haven't we thought of it as a country to scrap this agreement way back? Was it that we felt we were sucking away the investors? or maybe we were not going to get a chance to borrow if we find ourselves in struggling or maybe stranded. Because as you mentioned, it's going to generate a lot of money. You sell gold and then you end up getting peanuts of what you have toiled hard for.
Exactly.
Mr. Chin, why didn't they scrap a long time? Why now?
I think I would not like to. I believe that some of these topics are for national interest.
National interest.
Yes, and in dealing with them, I wouldn't like to bring in politics too much.
Yeah.
You understand? You see, if you go through the major reforms of these taxes and then royalties in the mining sector, it has been there years back. But my brother began by attributing it to Nanadu and the NPP, and also saying that he's aware the NPP will not be happy. We are not complaining. Nobody is complaining about it. Unless otherwise you have something to complain about, then you think we'll also complain. But like I said, the taxes and the royalties has gone through a lot or series of major reforms in this country.
Yeah.
And if we watch it carefully, anytime there's going to be any changes, I said that they reduce the the years signed, or they increase the taxes.
Right.
The PNDC law stated clearly, and I think those days when you read it through, you will understand that they were charging people at a very high prices, and low prices, and I think the years it was even above 50 years. So if you have to go and sign and pay your taxes and royalties, it has to take you like 50 or more years before you go to renew. And somewhere along the line, leadership of this country said no, it was bad, so they have to bring in different major reforms, and that is what has brought us to today. And so this is not the first time. Like my brother said, this is the first time. This is not the first time at all. So why would I stand against it? No. We all want the betterment for the good people of this country. These particular reforms, I think it will be a best way to help the ordinary Ghanaian.
Yes.
Because governments will get a lot of revenue. And so the government getting revenue, it will assist us to build schools, roads, and so many other things. It can do a lot for this country. We have people that are still schooling under trees and all that. I know where I'm coming from. So I always look back and make my arguments. And so something that will generate revenue to the government, no reasonable person will stand against it. We are only looking at the conditions around these taxes and royalties. You are going to charge the people, and you have doubled the taxes and royalties.
Yes.
What is the guarantee that they can really afford? What is the guarantee that the pricing of gold today is doubled as compared to when this old reforms was made? That is some of the things they have to consider. The government will have to consider. We know that Ghana is ranked as one of the sixth largest producer of gold in the whole world. Now that is to say that we have other countries that are also producing gold. And so if we deter the interest of investors by overcharging them, it equally means that they would sort to mine in some other countries. And that is where my NDC brother will say that the NPP will stand against it. No, we are not standing against it. You see, in all of this, you must carry the Ghanaian interest along and carry the investors' interest along as well. You understand? The government will not just consider the interest of only the Ghanaians by not considering the interest of the miners. Why? Because once they don't mine, it will be left there. It means that we are going to the nation will lose a lot of revenue. You see, so it means that the foreign investors that mine, they do a lot, or they do a way or two for the development of this country. They contribute to the development of this country. And the government to, let's say that we can't give our resources to people to mine free of charge. No. That is not our point or our argument. For me, I will say that if the government can deploy any measure to get money from the miners to serve the ordinary Ghanaian and not to put it in their own pockets, I don't have problem with that. The problem comes when we overcharge and we even double it. how well have the government negotiated or settled with the miners? I mean, so the mining companies, I think they might not also, you see what we are discussing, I read through that the mining company, some of the companies have not responded to the new reform the government wants to bring on board. That is to say that definitely they might not be happy. But we are not chasing after their interest. But we are saying that for the position of NPP and for the position of Emmanuel, I will say that if I'm not speaking the voice of NPP, but what I will say is that the government would have to consider the Ghanaian interest and also consider the investors' interest, so that you don't overtax the investors so as to deter their interest and they will move away, because there are other countries that people will have to go to legally mine. You understand? Here I am not encouraging the government to engage in any illegal mining. I'm saying that legally. You understand? So I think the government will have to, first of all, and I love it that they said they are going to lay before Parliament. You understand? So I think the Parliament will also take into consideration what cater for the investors and what will cater for the ordinary Ghanaian, so that our resources, people don't just come in, invade our resources and make profit from it, while we still be on the road to suffer. See, the major issue that we're all dodging is that it's not just about the mining. Yes, the mining will generate revenue to the government, but one major problem we also have in this country is as a result of the corruption and mismanagement. You understand? The investors can even decide to give 30%. If we still not use the money well, the ordinary Ghanaian on the road will not feel it. You understand? If they should even give, let's say somewhere 8 or 9 as 10%, if we use the money well, the ordinary Ghanaian on the road will feel it.
We'll still feel
Today, the NDC is saying that things are down, everyone is enjoying, right? They have not even brought in the new reforms. But they are saying we are enjoying, that everyone is enjoying. Because they are enjoying, they feel like we are all enjoying. But then I think that the long and short of the whole story is that we should try as much as possible to engage with the investors, not to consider their massive interest. In as much as we consider the Ghanaian interest, we have to also consider
we also
my sister, whether you like it or not, a typical MPP person will try as much as possible to defend the foreigner against the Ghanaian. Why am I saying
no,
this?
No.
Wait. Let me make my point. Let me make my point. I was telling I'm not disputing entirely what you are saying, but I want to make this clear.
There are certain comments that does not equal well with our issue of discussion, but rather point directly to you, the individual. If you listen to my submission, my take is on both sides, right? So you don't say that every MPP would favor the foreigner. If you say that, you are citing MPP member here. In fact, Emmanuel Chambers again.
That is my position. That is my position. That is my position. You can disagree with me, but you cannot take away my position from me. I am saying that you see, the typical MPP person will always want policies that will favor investors to the detriment of Ghanaians. That is our general position.
What do you have?
That is our general position.
Do you have evidence?
And our position is that scrapping these stability, pacts and increasing royalties is just common sense. Nothing but common sense. We cannot have a country that is rich in gold and yet still have to grapple with the payment of teachers. Still have to grapple with paying nurses. Still have to grapple to pay contractors on all those things. So we are saying that the government decision to increase royalties will not scare away investors. Serious investors will come in because there is transparency, there is fairness, and the Ghanaian government wants the people to benefit from its natural resources. This is not populism, this is patriotism. So I am saying that we cannot continue to, for lack of a better word, be afraid of investors going away
to
other countries.
Yeah.
And so will not reap the rewards of our natural resources. That is unfair. That is absolutely unfair. So we are saying that serious investors that believes in fairness, that believe that the government is doing the right thing, will continue to invest no matter the increment in royalties. So the position that investors confidence will reduce or investors will decide to go and invest in other areas is a non-starter. It's neither here nor there. This is the best decision, and we'll continue with it.
But has there been any stakeholder engagement with these investors, explaining to them why these royalties rates will be increased from henceforth? Because we read that it will be doubled.
Yes.
Right.
Of course, you see, this cannot be done just in a vacuum. There are series of broader consultations with these private sector, mining companies, and indeed, the emergence of Gold Board has this as one of its cardinal, principles to engage in mining companies to make sure that they pay.
Let me come in here.
Please,
this is very important.
No, please.
No, you know why I was quiet.
You come in after his time, Mr. Chairman.
I am saying that this cannot be done without consultation. The NDC government is a listening government. We do our homework very well before going out. That is why we don't make unnecessary mistakes, unlike the MPP who do it on paper, but on the ground, nothing is happening. The emergence of Gold Board is to solve some of these problems, to ensure that Ghana gets its fair share of our gold, revenue. And you can see significant improvement in our revenue generation. You can see sound economy as a result of the policies that Gold Board brought, through ensuring that we get better royalties, through ensuring that mining companies good as a fair share of our our natural resources. So we are of the view that we don't shy away from criticism, but we will not also allow policies that will favor foreigners more than Ghanaians. We have a very human face to governance, and we will not relent on our efforts to ensure that decisions are taken that will inure to the benefits of the generality of Ghanaians. So going forward, royalties will be increased, and you will see the benefits of this royalty increment in the lives of the ordinary Ghanaian.
Right. So what happens if these mining companies disagree with this new agreement you are bringing to board? What then happens?
We have a very good team that will put the strategy in place. We don't just only go into the table with empty rhetorics. We will make the mining companies know the relevance of what we are going to do, and they will support it. Some are even supporting it. So there's no problem at all. We don't have any obstacle relative to mining companies or investors agreeing. Those pockets of companies that will not agree to this deal can decide to leave. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but that is our position. But we know the serious companies that want Ghana to develop, that want Ghana's economy to be stable. If the previous government was having Ghana at heart, the economy would not have been grinded to its knees. Ghana would not have run to IMF on a wheelbarrow. We wouldn't have had high cost of living in this country. You understand? Inflation wouldn't have been skyrocketed. High cost of living, all those things. So if we were prudent managers of the economy and managers of our natural resources, you shouldn't have taken us into the abyss. Now the country is relatively stable. The economy is on a sound footing. Prices of goods and services are relatively lower. Fuel is reduced. Inflation is reduced. Everything is on a good trajectory. So the investors will know that this is a government that thinks about the people. So any policy that we brings forth will know that that policy will benefit the people, and they will support it.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Abubakar.
For me, my response to him and his statement is quite very short. And you see, this is very simple. Nobody is against the new reform. Nobody. But then he said, you asked him a very nice question, whether they've engaged with the investors. And he has lamented and said they have a very good team. Look, and he said they have engaged. You have not even engaged. You see, this statement was made by the chief executive officer. You understand? Saying that they were going to change the old reforms and increase or double the taxes and royalties. This happened when the Newmont?
Yeah, Newmont.
They are mining around Ahafo. went to renew their contract and they refused to renew their contract. That is where the statement.
So that was where they got to know that this is the new arrangement.
That was where the statement was made. As to whether yes, as a government, you can tell me that is when they got to know the arrangement. They know some of the members of parliament were there when they discussed about these new reforms.
As in the Newmont company, was it at that point that they got
to know about it?
So they had not fully engaged with
them. They didn't, and that is where you see that the mining companies have not even responded to the statement. As at this morning when I was doing my own research, the mining companies have not responded to the government. So you have not engaged. And if you say that when the investors says they are not going to adjust to the new reform, you are going to they can leave. I think that is an unfortunate statement. You understand? Mining is necessary in this country. You understand? Nobody is speaking for the investors. Me, I'm not speaking for them.
We are not forcing any mining company to mine in Ghana.
No.
We are not forcing anybody.
No. Look, they mine, you get profit from it.
Yes.
So if they don't mine, you don't get anything
from
it.
Anything.
You understand? You and I cannot go to the site and mine. No. And that is why we need investors to come and mine. So if you are saying that all of them should go, do you know when they go, do you know the effects?
It's going to be on the Ghanaian.
It's going to be on the Ghanaian. So this is something that we should be speaking. Reasonably, nobody is saying that they should not increase or double up the taxes, the loyalties. Nobody is saying that. But we're only saying that they should also consider the investor interest so as not to deter the investors.
What is the investor's interest? What is the investor's? The investor's interest is to make profit. Listen, Ghana's interest is to improve the living conditions of Ghanaians.
Listen,
we cannot continue to kowtow to the investors' interest alone. This is what we've been doing.
But I'm saying that
this is what is happening for a long time. This is what happened under your regime for 8 good years, and we suffered to this level. And we said no to that.
He has failed to understand that the NDC government ruled this country more than the NPP government. And he has failed to understand that some of these reforms, we have to make some adjustment to their own reforms. Go to 1990s, go back and read the history of it. If I've not read the history, don't make certain statements here just to deceive the public. You understand? I don't want us to go in that tangent. But if you want to go back and take history, we can go. But I don't want us to go in that tangent. I am saying that nobody is speaking in favor of the investor.
You are doing.
No. You see,
you are doing exactly that. That's what you are doing,
Mr. Abubakar.
That is what you are doing. You are trying to protect foreign investors, and we are saying that
I don't enter into heat argument. That's why most times when I'm talking and someone comes in, I keep quiet.
Continue.
It's very good.
Thank you.
You are a very gentleman. You shouldn't do that. When you invite me and I start, when I spark, it be like I've taken something. No?
It's okay. Anyway, don't spark.
And so, to cut all matters short, we are saying that the government will engage. You don't wait until when a company comes to renew, then you now inform the company your own take, and also stating that you are going to lay before parliament. I think the government should have laid before parliament, you understand, so that whatever it is, they will discuss it thoroughly. Every investor, every company will be aware of the new reform. Then you go ahead to implement it. No, we are not also against the implementations of it, but we are saying that the policy is a nice one. It's a nice one to favor the Ghanaian. We've been in this country. I'm telling you, if this country will develop, it's not about these reforms that will develop the country. You know why? We have to. The biggest and the headache we have in this country is corruption and mismanagement of our Ghanaians' resources. We all know it. If every government will put their best and invest in the interest of Ghanaian children, do you think we'll be at where we are today? We will never be there. What money have we not seen in this country before? We've seen a lot of money, but it is dancing in the pocket of some few people. That's what led to the scandals and order. But we are saying, and our position is that the government should engage. I am happy what is it? The government will lay before parliament. If they lay before parliament and the negotiations around it, they agree and all stuff, fine. If the investor will be at risk, and I don't think any reasonable person would like to mine at risk. Nobody. Right. You understand?
Everybody likes profit.
That is it. So we are not saying they should take the largest share. The government takes some. Then the investor is also at peace and is happy. If you look at these new months or something like that, they have about 7,000 workers. They've employed a lot of people and they are working there.
Ghanaians.
Ghanaians. This country will live. We are suffering. A lot of our guys out there don't have jobs. So if you have some companies, employing 7,000 people. And they are working, they are comfortable working. You can say that if they want, they should leave. That is very unfortunate. Mining companies in this country have employed a lot of people, and they are doing a lot to this nation. So they cannot leave just as you are demanding. I think it's a statement you shouldn't. You shouldn't
when
make
I
it.
say he's supporting the foreign investors, he runs away from it. We are not chasing away foreign investors. We are saying that
you are doing
under the NDC,
they are doing
under the NDC, Ghana will no longer mortgage its resources. We will no longer do that. If you want to buy our gold, you must pay fairly for it, and Ghanaians must benefit. Right. So in so doing, if foreigners will be aggrieved with the fact that gold revenues are benefiting Ghanaians, and for that matter they want to leave, nobody is begrudging them from leaving. They can leave. And I'm telling you that the mining companies in Ghana are not only foreigners. Foreigners are not the only people that are mining in Ghana. We have local mining companies that are far more competent than even some of these foreign companies. Eston Kibus and Co. We have competent mining companies, and they employ even more than the foreign companies we are talking about. So we are saying that we are putting Ghanaian first, and you will always put the foreign investor first. And we said no, we are putting the balance. We are creating a balance. We are creating a situation. We are creating a situation whereby the foreigner will continue to work and pay Ghanaians the required amount of money that we need to get, not the peanuts we continue to get.
You are not consistent on this topic.
No, you are not listening to me.
I want to lead you.
You cannot. You lend your party to distraction. You want to lead the NDC. So no.
No, you know what?
I am making my point. Allow me to make my point. You said that increasing royalties will not inure to the benefit of foreign investors. That is your position, and that it will scare away.
I don't think it is appropriate.
You see, no.
Saying things I don't.
You say one thing.
Assumption doesn't speak on it.
You cannot say one thing.
I am saying that you can tell me that some of the companies in Ghana here are doing better.
Yes.
Than the
some of the foreign companies.
I am telling you that the question I should be asking you is, are we just looking at, is this reform going to hit only the foreign investors, or is going to also
everybody
affect
every company?
So no.
So I try to say that the local companies too will run away. You are suggesting that if the foreign investors are not happy, No, I was making the point and you came in. Right. You are of the opinion that if the agreement is not, in tandem with the satisfaction of the foreign investors or the foreign mining companies, they can decide to leave. Or they will take the investment and you will invest. Yeah, that is what we're talking about. The mining companies, are they not investors?
Right.
Okay. Are they not investors? And I'm telling you that investors will want to invest in a country that is transparent and fair than a country that is not transparent and full of corruption. Right. So we will be transparent to tell them this is what we want you to pay to the Ghanaian economy. Once you agree, you come in. Once you don't agree, nobody will force you to invest in our country.
I think you will do yourself a very good service if you have gone through the major reforms of this what is the topic we are talking about. You understand? Nobody look, don't speak as if this is the first time. You understand? This is not the first.
Please let me listen to him.
Yeah, don't speak as if this is the first time. And my argument is not on the fact that I want to protect the interests of the foreign investor. When I use investor, it could. I am referring to all the mining companies, whether locally or foreign. So if whatever is going to affect a foreigner is equally affecting the locals, it means you have to look at it. That is what I was saying. If you are going to increase it, the taxes and then loyalties, and you are doubling it, I am saying that they should engage. If you engage and the companies are okay, and the parliament is saying okay, it's indeed, they're looking at the pricing of gold today, doubling up the taxes and loyalties is okay. What is wrong with that? Nobody's against it. You understand? If we sit here to talk about corruption, which government? Tell me the government that have ever ruled this country without a scandal. Tell me that government.
Right. So far, the government led by Sister John Dramani Mahama for the past 12 months, zero scandal. Can you mention a scandal?
You are sitting on here when
you
IMF is giving you
in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, over dozens of scandals.
You want us
a
to
little
go
of
that
them. Is that where you want us to go?
All right, gentlemen.
You see, you are quick in mentioning scandals and all that. I can sit here and count numerous of scandals.
We are talking about transparency, good
your
governance.
Gold board, they are holding you go board here. You are running away from it.
You have no evidence. When somebody came and spoke, can you say anything again?
Right, gentlemen. Let's.
So,
what are some of the measures government is putting in place to make sure that these revenues we get are being, used properly or efficiently, or used to sort out issues of priority? What are some of the measures and strategies that government is putting in place to make sure that these revenues are used judiciously? Because as you mentioned, we are rich in gold. We sell the gold, and then we happen to not see why it should even be. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah.
Right.
You see, I believe you want me to answer that question.
Yes, please.
Okay. You see, now Ghanaians know that NDC government, we are better managers of the economy. We put our resources judiciously, we use them judiciously, and we put them to good use. Now, for the past 12 months, we have demonstrated that once you bestow your resources under our care, you will see results. And Ghanaians are already seeing it. Unlike the previous government, that borrowed so much, but executed so little. They borrow to the extent that they shift the burden on the ordinary citizens, depriving them of social intervention policies that will ameliorate their suffering. Now today, Ghanaians are aware that over 8,000 kilometers of roads are under construction. About 268 projects are under construction under the Big Push project. The Accra Nsewom Road, the Ofanko Nsewom Road, the Winneba Kaswa Road, some parts of the Eastern Corridor Road. If you go to the Upper West region, the Wahamili Road, the Watumu Road, the Wenchi Bole Wa Road. If you use the Fofoso Solar Road, that was the road I used when I was coming to Accra 3 days ago. You can see massive, work ongoing. The people are seeing that their monies are being put into good use. Road infrastructure is one of the major interventions that you can see in this country. So if gold revenue, if our monies are being channeled towards improving our road infrastructure, Ghanaians will know that our economy will improve because farmers will be able to commute their farm produce from rural communities, rural farming communities to the urban centers to sell. To reduce post-harvest losses, it will reduce accidents in the road because of the rehabilitation of those roads. It will also reduce travel time. Today, if you want to travel from Wa to Accra, we used to spend less than 10 hours. Now you spend more than 12 to 13 hours because of the bad nature of the roads. Now, if you go to the road, you see Maripoma is on site, making sure that the Big Push project is materialized. This is the visionary project of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now go to the health sector. The NPP themselves knew that nobody invested in health infrastructure than His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And under the NDC government, we are continuing the building of Chiefs Compound. We are continuing the building of hospitals. We are continuing the building of health infrastructure and clinics throughout the country. If you go to agriculture, Eric Opoku is doing wonderful well with John DeMelo. You understand? If you go to the transport sector my brother is talking about, fuel prices are reduced to help drivers and passengers as well. Prices of goods and services will be reduced because the cascading effect of the reduction of fuel prices will trickle down to all these facets. So Ghanaians are happy leaving their money under the hands of NDC-led administration. Now, when they say Ato, everybody say he is forcing. Why is he forcing? There's a difference between a finance minister and a social collector. Aso Forson has demonstrated that he's a real finance minister, he's a real economist. He knows what is happening on the ground and he knows how to use our monies. He knows the channels and the loopholes he has to plug to ensure that the economy thrives. Right. Unlike other regimes, where you see the finance minister wearing white and quote Bible quotations everywhere, and yet the city is skyrocketing. Inflation is Usain Bolton. Cost of living is on unbearable, levels. So, Ghanaians are the best judges.
Right.
I can't. You don't need to be a soothsayer or a sorcerer, a witch or a wizard to know that Ghanaians are happy today. Go out there and ask hundreds of people. Out of 100, I tell you, 99% will tell you that Ghana is on the right track because our revenue, our resources are being judiciously used and managed. We won't invest millions of dollars into holes in the name of national cathedral. We won't invest millions of dollars into Agenda 111 hospitals where we can't even see a single one, especially in the north. We can't invest monies into activities like planting for food and jobs. One village, one dam, one district, one factory. Spend a lot of money into it, and yet nothing is happening. We are delivering, and the people are seeing it. We are not trumpeting on slogans like the MPP did, and brought us to our knees. And Ghana collapsed under their watch, and the world see them as very incompetent. Now we are being salvaged by the John Mahama-led administration and Ato Forson economics.
Right. Mr. Chambers, before you come in, there are some comments on Facebook I would like us to read briefly, then I'll come to you. Thank you. So this is from Al-Hassan Mohammed Kamil. Good morning, my lord. Your boy Al-Hassan Mohammed Kamil is very proud listening to your submissions this morning. From Al-Hassan again, exactly my boys, especially in the northern parts of our country. The roads are in a deplorable state. My thanks to JDN for his visionary Big Push project. This is King Kong Alabra. Watching you live from our nice presentation, bro. This is from Pascal Gamba. Good morning. Great presentation by Comrade Kotie Nuruddin Abubakar. I'm watching you from the Virgin City of Ghana, the Upper West region. And this is from James. Good morning to you, Mr. Kotie Nuruddin Abubakar. Great presentation and submission.
Okay, so can I come in?
Yes, please.
You see, it's not about coming on social media to speak without evidence. My brother here started mentioning some of the things they are doing and some of the things and the big push and all that. And I want to submit that this is a place you can't sit and lie on certain projects. You want a name. Your government wants a name. But yet, you come on social media, instead of you to get to the work, do what the ordinary Ghanaians want. You will not do it. Then you come on social media and claim things for yourself. When we say that you go about claiming projects of MPP, you say it's not true. You sat here and mentioned Kasua Winneba Road, a road that was signed by Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2023. That is set to finish in 2026. You sit here and say that John Dramani Mahama government has funded and it is under construction. You can mention that road. So many other roads you've mentioned, and I was just quietly waiting for you to finish. You understand? This is a media, and everybody out there listening to us knows that you are never going to attribute Kasua Winneba Road to anybody called John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency. This is a road Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo has signed. This is a road the government has funded. I'm done. No, you should be apologizing for lying.
The NDC birthed Ghana, but you take credit for
a lot
of things.
You don't take credit.
The NDC birthed Ghana.
Listen, I don't know why these NDC people are very impatient. When you are talking, I was quiet. So when someone is talking, you should allow. Is it because I'm exposing you? Don't worry, I won't expose you much. There's another thing you mentioned. It escaped my mind. And there's a particular road you mentioned. That road was given out by Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So I am saying that if you want to claim credit, do as Ghanaians want. Do what will make you sit on social media to claim credit. You see, I am saying that the question you asked, I've even forgotten the question, but you said, what at all? What is the hope that they are really going to use the money? They are going to tax some of the mining companies. I don't know. I was thinking that they will enroll some of their policies and invest the money there. You understand? So when they get the revenue, this person, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, I can't sit here to guarantee that he would use the money very well, as he's going to double the taxes for the mining companies. I don't know how they are going to use the money, but whatever it is, I would say that the government must use the money very well, because the ordinary Ghanaians are suffering. We can't tax people and use it to develop our own selves. We must use our taxpayers' money to develop this nation so that every Ghanaian child will smile. I always say that people are going through a lot. He said we have poor road network in this country. Very true. I have agreed. If you have been to where I'm coming from, some places, some people don't even know Thai road. It's a problem.
Where are you from?
We
must know where you're coming from.
I mean not now, and I know what I'm
from. Where?
And I can tell you that I'm from northern part of Ghana, Zabsgu. If you go to Zabsgu, any road you will see, any good road you will see. And when you go to the northern part of Ghana, from Tamale side, any good road you will see, NPP has hand in it. Even the overhead in Tamale, it was the NPP that have constructed it. You understand? If it from Tamale down to Tatali to the border, it is the NPP that have constructed it. If you go to Zabsgu down to Nakpali, even though the road was not properly constructed and all that, but I'm saying that the NPP, when it comes to roads in northern part of Ghana, they have done far better. The roads I know, they have done far better than the NDC, and I have evidence to that. And I will never sit here to lie. I will never sit here to lie. So when it comes to roads development or whatever construction in the northern part of Ghana, no NDC person can even dare to come in front of us to debate.
My sister,
right?
This is
our time is
2 seconds.
Yes.
This is a palpable. This is a palpable.
Let's move on.
We are talking about judicial use of the revenue. Why is it that our finance minister is not currently in the country and has refused to come back to his own country? No. It's because our revenue was mismanaged.
This is a new topic you want to
introduce. No.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're talking about who used our resources very well.
I think let's move on. Let's move to our next topic. Economic gains amid IMF exit plan, stability or struggle. As we know, Ghana is planning to exit the IMF. So Ghana's economy is showing signs of recovery and renewed stability after years of economic challenges. And the government is planning for a transition away from IMF oversight as part of a broader struggle to restore growth and macroeconomic balance. Ghana has been a part of an IMF extended credit facility since May 2023 to help stabilize the economy after high inflation, heavy debt, and currency volatility. In late 2025, IMF staff reached a staff-level agreement with Ghana's authorities on their fifth review under the program, potentially unlocking about $385 million in additional funding once approved by the IMF Executive Board. So, in simple terms, we have it that we are coming out from our economic challenges, so we are planning to exit. Is this the right time?
My sister, let me take you a little through memory lane. You see, IMF programs are not achievements. They are rescue measures. Any country that decides to go for an IMF bailout is not going there because the country is happy. They are not going there because the economy is sound or progression. And for that matter, IMF is not something that we should celebrate. But we have seen in this country where the finance minister, his economic management team led by His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia celebrated going to the IMF. After they have insulted the previous Mahama administration, they have insulted Mills Mahama administration, and they have attacked the leadership of Honorable Seth Tekpe and the Venerable Ato Forson because of IMF conditionalities. We were in this country where the late John Kuma made mention of the fact that we will not go to the IMF today, we will not go to the IMF tomorrow, we will not go to IMF as long as the MPP remain in power forever. Yesterday I saw a video, rolling, where a leading member and a potential flag bearer of the MPP made it categorically clear that the running mate and the flag bearer of the MPP in the previous elections is a liar. A leading member, a founding member of the MPP, a flag bearer hopeful, claiming that the MPP former flag bearer is a complete liar. So I wasn't surprised if you take a Google and Google Ghana's biggest liar, you will see Baumia's name pop up. So if you lie about the economy, if you lie about the economy, if you lie about the economy,
you shouldn't be giving attention to some of those.
If you lie about the economy, your own people will expose you. I hope you have seen our 12-member economic advisors, the likes of Dr. Sam Jonah, the likes of Professor Jenano Opoko Ajiman, the likes of Togbe Afede, the likes of Dr. Priscilla of University of Ghana. You know, astute members, astute economists, even your own Kwame Mpianin, John Dramani Mahama, because of his inclusivity, brought even leading members, founding members of MPP to the economic management team. For 12 months, you haven't known our economic management team, but our economy has done very well. And the people they brought, people see them and respect them and know they can deliver. When Bawumia, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, our former vice president, announced your economic management team, some of them were sitting there and were laughing because they knew he was lying. Alan Chiramanten was there. Akoto Osei was there. Akoto Osei, before he died, came out publicly and said that we were bragging that we have the men. That is bullshit. We have no men. They are only boys, Kejetia boys. So you paraded a group of people who knew nothing about the economy, trumpeted it. That's why I said MPP always believe in slogans. Sloganeering is their trumpet card. You made Ghanaians believe that you have the best economic management team. Bawumia even came to limelight because of his economic credentials. You remember the Central University lectures where he said that when your fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. For the first time, Bawumia spoke about the state of the nation without mentioning the city, without mentioning inflation. His New Year message, if you listen to him, he said nothing about the economy. He was talking about security. He's now Adam Bona. He's taking Adam Bona's job. And Erebat. Somebody who came, who was brought because of his economic prowess, and his wife. Samira said, oh, my husband is an economic waste kid with his veil running around the Fulani communities. My husband is an economic waste kid. Your husband came and collapse the economy. Today, every Bawumia supporter has agreed that the economy collapsed under their care. And they are running away and saying, you say you are so patient. No. Listen, you say you are so patient. My brother, listen, when you were speaking, it will get to your time. It will get to your time. It will get to your time, my brother. It will get to your time. It will get to your time. Exercise patience, please. Right, take borrow my paper and write, please.
I will even need your pen.
You take it and write. But allow me to flow. Don't distort my thoughts.
I'm saying that.
Don't distort my thoughts. These are historical facts. These are historical facts.
Don't attack someone's personality.
We are not attacking anybody's
You also claim facts can be.
Was Kennedy attacking Bawumia's personality? Right. Was it not Bawumia who said he has arrested the CD and has given the key to the IGP?
Bawumia's wife issue.
Bawumia mounted a podium and said her husband is an economic whiskey. Who doesn't know this? This is public knowledge. You haven't heard this?
I think you have to be fair.
Bawumia's wife mentioned that his husband is an economic whiskey. We gave the economy to your husband. Your husband brought the economy to its knees. And today he's running away from the economy. There is nowhere you see Bawumia now mentioning talking about the economy. He ran away from the economy and was talking about digitalization. Was it the reason why we were brought on board? Nana Akufo-Addo himself said, I am bringing Bawumia because of his economic background. He was the deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. We knew what he did. When we went to Zimbabwe, what happened? They will take wheelbarrow, carry money, go and buy bread. That is his track record. Collapsing economies. So today, his own people are saying that it was Bawumia who was leading the economic management team and could not offer any reasonable advice, and for that matter, brought the economy to its knees. So, under the NDC, under the able leadership of His Excellency Napobo Kolena John Dramani Mahama, we are exiting the IMF with confidence. We are not exiting the IMF because of desperation, or because of populism, or because we want to cheap political points. No, we are exiting the IMF today because Ghana is now relatively stable. Our economy is doing better. We are on a sound footing to thrive. There is confidence in the economy. There is investor confidence in the country. Prices of goods and services are reducing. Fuel is reducing. Inflation is reducing. Cost of living is reducing. Things are improving. So the IMF themselves are aware that Ghana is on the trajectory of progress.
Right. Thank you.
And so we are going into the IMF. That will free funds for us. Once funds are free, people will be able to go about their daily normal activities. Ghana will have more money to operate. Austerity measures will not block our path to stardom. We will be able to get enough revenue to invest in infrastructure, roads, health, clinic, and create more jobs for our people.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you see,
Abubakar, please.
Abubakar, that's the name. See, you want to lament and you are lamenting. This is something very simple, but you have to go around and attack the personality of some people, attack Baumia and co. You see, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That kind of communication is not best for us as young ones. But that is not a problem at all. You know what? At the end of the day, my brother hasn't even submitted anything substantive to the topic. That is because he feels like he wants to lament. You see, when you read through IMF, Ghana has gone to IMF about 17 times or so. NDC has succeeded in going to IMF 10 times. 10. Record has it. The rest of the 7 is for the NPP. Right. Now, where can we say that a country is exiting IMF? When can we say that a country will exit from IMF? The IMF programs are more or less like a helping programs, but it doesn't come free of charge. They make profit from it, right? The IMF, when they give it to you and you are enjoying it, they have what they are going to take away from it. So no any independent country who, in fact, is managing its economy very well will go to IMF. We only run to IMF when there's that kind of hardship. And so if the current government is very okay and they want to exit from IMF, it shows some kind of hope. Right. If the country, if the government can manage the country's economy very well without IMF control or monitoring, what is our business? How do we challenge that? Nobody will challenge it. But you see, this is the point. My brother sat here and told us that they are paying teachers, nurses, and they are very confident that things are very okay with everyone. You know, myself, I know, and he knows that nurses are on the road. Nurses are offering service, they are not being paid. Teachers are there, doctors are there, people are schooling under trees. People cannot even get access to potable water, roads, and other things. Today, you sit down because of the reduction in the dollar, the reduction in the fuel prices. You come to tell us that things are going well. Agreed. Let's just say we have agreed without any equivocation. But I want to state clearly that things are not as well as the current government thinks. But if they are saying things are on the right path, I will say yes, because the fuel prices and all that. Tell me if the fuel prices and the reduction in the dollar has impact on the Ghanaian child. Obviously not. Do you think the current situation we want to live, the current situation we are living is the situation we want? No.
What are some of the impacts you
look? Most of the students are stranded out there. A lot of the promises you gave to this country, you have not even started anything. A lot of youth are on the road asking for jobs. You can't give them jobs. You don't have jobs for them. Teachers who are employed, the few ones that are employed, you are not paying them. Then you sit here to tell us that the country is in the right direction. Therefore, we should withdraw or exit from the IMF. Nobody is saying that Ghana should be enslaved to IMF. No, we are not saying that. But we are saying that the way you people are thinking, the way the NDC government is thinking that things are all right, or things are very okay in this country, some people are suffering. Go and pay all the nurses. Go and pay all the teachers. When you pay all the doctors, and you come here to tell us that things are okay, we'll tell you that things are okay. Look, the dollar is 10 cedis or so today.
Yes.
Do you think if the dollar comes down to 5 cedis, we'll not like it?
We'll like it.
We'll like it. Look at the taxes on importation. You go out there and buy a car. You go out to maybe Togo or other countries, buy a car at a low prices. But when you come in here, the registration alone will take you money even more than the amount you have spent in buying that particular car. You see, things, my brother, let not deceive the audience. We are not saying that John Dramani Mahama is not just doing well at all. No, nobody is saying that. But we shouldn't overhype the government, and we shouldn't oversay things to look like everyone is enjoying. The fact that you are enjoying, maybe the fact that they have getting you a small slot somewhere and you are drinking and milking from it, doesn't mean that all of us out there are enjoying. No. So the IMF program, I am saying that if things are okay, fine. But you know one thing,
what?
The president you have today, this group of people called government you have today, they've led this country before. When they withdrew the IMF or exited the IMF program, we saw the careless spending by the current government. In 2013, go back there and check what happened. John Dramani Mahama and his guys spent, and that was where they even gave opportunities to a lot of people to be stealing money here and there. I think the IMF monitoring our economy is very important, even though they are making a lot of money from it, which any reasonable Ghanaian will condemn. If we are exiting from the IMF, we should exit because we want to be on our own. But you see, let me say that if we exit from IMF today, good news. But if the government did not get back to its root, we are going back. In fact, what we experienced in 2024, and people are crying that things were worse and whatever, what we experience will be far better. What we experienced in 2015, 2016, things will be very better, because if you start something and it is very good, it's going on well. We know the indisciplined physical spending by this government. You know, and I know. You understand? And so if you start something and it is going on well, if there are policies you put in place and those policies are working, the economic policies, and they are working for you, you don't just sit back and say that, oh, for now I am very okay, we can withdraw it. People are still suffering. Right. You understand? So exiting from the IMF is a good thing. If they are very okay, it's a good thing. If they are okay with it, if the government is okay with it, we are also very okay with it. The IMF has been your home. It has been where you always run to, and I have gone there so many times. So I don't think there's a problem with that. You can exit from it, but make sure that you keep the lights on. Make sure that you keep
the water flowing.
Make sure that you meet the demands of ordinary Ghanaian on the streets.
My sister, you can see that my brother is running away from their own track record. This is a manifestation of the fact that he is convinced that they performed poorly during that time.
I never convinced. I've never.
What we are saying. What
we are saying is that. What did I say?
What we are saying is that the IMF is a rescue mission, not a trophy. We are saying that we will channel our energy. The NDC-led administration will channel our energy and our achievement to building this economy, investing in road infrastructure, creating jobs, value addition, among others. And so we are not like the MPP that will impoverish Ghanaians more by imposing, nuisance taxes.
Right.
Like the e-levy, like the COVID-19 tax,
you know,
like Russia-Ukraine war. If anything happens across the world, MPP will use it as an excuse to the effect that it is affecting the economy. So going forward, we are saying that we have two former finance ministers who were managers of this economy, managers of our finances, are still in this country. Why is your finance minister outside the country and don't want to come back? We are saying that he has our money, the money that the finance minister is currently sitting on. If we use it, we'll solve some of these problems. Your rural community, your roads. If Ken Ofalata comes and brings our money, we'll use it to construct your roads, build schools there, build hospitals, pay school fees, and create jobs for your people.
Mr. Abubakar,
join hands for us to
Mr.
bring him down.
If you have something to say meaningfully, it will be very short.
If Ghana is exiting the IMF plan,
Yeah.
what has government put in place to make sure that we don't struggle and go back to the IMF for help?
That is why I'm saying that we are channeling our energy to value addition, production, and creation of jobs. Once your economy is strong, fertile, and conducive for investors to come and invest, you don't have any need of going to the IMF. That is why I'm telling you that we are exiting IMF in confidence. The NPP went there on a wheelbarrow. They were pushed there. But we are exiting with confidence, with bravado, with our chest out. And the world have seen tremendous improvement in our economy. So we are proud. We are proud to say we are better managers of the economy. We are better managers of the economy. And so it is only NPP that will glorify borrowing and going under such austerity measures that will continue to burden the ordinary Ghanaian. Ghanaians, you see, the NDC, we govern with a human face. Right. We see the plight of the people. We put ourselves in their foot, and then we have empathy for them. And for that matter, the ordinary Ghanaian will benefit and will always benefit under the NDC government.
Thank you, Mr. Bubaka. Mr. Chambers, your last words.
He has no other.
I wouldn't even say anything because you can't go to IMF 10 times and still sit here to shout like that. So me, I won't talk.
We are resetting. We are resetting Ghana. So when we say we are resetting, the things that have been done in the past, we are resetting them.
All right. So I want to say a very big thank to one humanitarian member of parliament for Winninsi constituency, Honorable Stanley Yaonende. I want to say kudos to him. He has recently donated 100 snake venom acetron, or what do they call it? Is it antiserum? Okay, so he has Honorable Stanley Yaonende has donated snake venom help me with the word. Is it antiserum? That is the name of it. Okay. To the good people of his constituency, free of charge. And he's telling the people that if you have a snake bite, you can come to, you can go through the right channel, go for it free of charge, no money. And that is the very best way to help his people. Because our area, where he's coming from, is indeed a farming community. And most of the people there, they are farmers, so they go to farms, they have snake bite. So now he has one of the best antidote for snake bite, and it goes for free of charge to every member in that constituency. Right. And I also want to say that just in a few days, he has organized a very good game for women in his constituency, and he has donated jerseys and football to almost all the communities in Winninsi constituency. Right. The man is really doing well. He went to parliament on the ticket of independence. And for me, hyping someone like that, I can say that he's indeed doing very well. So I would call on the government to extend every necessary support to him so that he can serve his people. So I want to say kudos to him, and I want to thank every member supporting Honorable Stanley Yaonende.
Right, Mr. Bubaka, before I come to you, let me read our last comment on Facebook. This is from Oyibo and Saga Events. Good morning, watching live from Upper West Region. Haji Bitis. Oh, you are the best. And this is from Wasito. Great submission right there, Mr. Bitis.
Wasito is a law student at Makola, but from Upper West Region.
Right.
My sister, let me extend my warmest appreciation to my boss, one of Ghana's finest politicians, the Venerable Honorable Dr. Alhaji Rashid Hassan Pelepo, Minister for Labor, Jobs and Employment. He's in far away Kenya. I wish him a very good stay in Kenya, and I wish him all the best. And also to reiterate the point that he has instructed me to represent him at a program in Upper West Region. There's this group called Jonjo Palace, a group of young men and women that always have a yearly ritual of organizing unity work across the region. It has always been a mammoth work led by Blackman Ramadan, Bushran, and the likes. So this Jonjo work is happening on the 24th of this month, and I am repping live from here. I'm moving to the Upper West Region to join hands in that work, and I'll be representing the Minister for Labor in that event. They are using it to sensitize the youth against drug abuse, the use of tramadol, and all those things. If you go to the Upper West region, the rate at which the youth abuse these drugs is appalling. And Jonjo Palace has made it a point to use this work to sensitize the youth to do away with drug abuse, the use of tramadol, and other substances that will not inure to their collective health benefits. So once again, I want to tell them that I'm joining them. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I wish you all the best for this radio station.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Nuruddin Abubakar. Thank you so much, Mr. Chambers. Thank you too. Thank you for diving into the issue and, sharing your informed perspective on national issues that matter to our audience. Thank you to our audience for engaging with us on our social media. Thank you for sending in your comments. We pray that you keep it that way. Thank you so much for joining us in the second segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. We call it a wrap. Do have a lovely day.
What do you want?